Zimbabwe. Do we have Zambia in the house? Where are you? Chova, I see you right there. Thank you so much for coming, lady. Aha, so after Zambia, where do we go? Do you have Congos? Congolese ladies in the house? Muko hapo? There are 2 Congos. You are from DRC. And the other Congo is which one? Oh, okay. So you are from DR. Aha, make some noise now. You are in the house. Nice one, nice one, nice one. Aha, so we've gone to Congo. Okay. I'm trying to think of Rwanda. Do we have Rwanda in the house? Rwanda? Other than Angola, which country have I? These are our mothers now. We will come to them. They should be the majority. Senegal. Do you have Senegalese here? Okay. Tanzania I've mentioned. I've not seen anyone. Is there Togo in the house? No. Zimbabwe I mentioned, I think. Namibia. Namibia should be in the house. Namibia? Okay. Which other country am I forgetting? Cote d'Ivoire. Is there someone from Cote d'Ivoire? Okay, we don't have. Very well. Now we come to our mothers this year. And Nigerians, I really wanted to represent us well in this forum. Because I don't know when next are you going to represent us in big numbers. Because next time we are not coming to Nigeria. Next year we're not coming to Nigeria. So we gave you this opportunity to give us your best. Show us who you are. Make the house shake. And show us your colors. So if you don't do that this year, trust me, next year you'll not outnumber the country that will be hosting Women Achievers. That one I assure you. So, I'm having a challenge here that they'll surprise us. I don't think it'll surprise us. Trust me, the next country that will be hosting is not just a small country. That's a powerhouse. So, yes. So, Nigerians in the house, can you clap? Welcomers. Welcomers with some noise. Niger. Thank you so much. I know because
women from different parts of Africa and the globe come here this afternoon on this auspicious occasion of the maiden edition of the Women Achievers Africa Conference. Yes, it's a good time to clap. Thank you so much. And I want to heartily welcome you on behalf of the entire leadership. Our global vice president is here, Mrs. Kafiwe. She came from, all the way from, Lady Kafiwe, please come. Let's do this together. All the way from Vancouver, Canada. She's from Botswana. And so if you're here with your country flags, we'd like you to raise your flags and just appreciate. That's Botswana, yeah. Cameroon, Zambia, Malawi, Angola, Kenya. Okay, welcome. South Africa is here as well. You're welcome. Oh, Dr. Chichi. And I really want to say thank you and give a special welcome to Honorable Lily, all the way from Kenya. We really appreciate you. And thank you so much for playing a motherly role over all of us and coming here all the way to just encourage us. She said she has come to encourage us. And we are really thankful for the immense support that we get from you. Thank you so much. Lady Kev, do you want to say a word?
One of my weaknesses is that once I start talking, I don't stop. So I will do the honorable thing and respect everybody here. In the interest of time, I just want to say welcome to everybody. We really appreciate that you came here to support us. And I always say that we all had options and choices. We could have stayed in the comfort of our own homes. I mean, I'm very close to New York City. I should have just went to our crazy neighbors over there or taken a flight to Hong Kong. It's a beautiful place. I lived there. Or to Dubai. But guess what we did? We remembered Africa. This is our continent. Nobody's going to come and fix Africa. We are the very people that are going to fix Africa, not for ourselves, but for our kids and our grandkids. So I am super delighted to see each one of you. And I will never take for granted the sacrifices that you have made, particularly women who are coming from outside Nigeria. Madam President was calling all the countries represented here. You came here not flying on your wings. You came here because you paid for your flights. You came here, you are paying for your accommodation, the food and everything.
Come, Mildred, please come. Okay, so I would like to appreciate quite a number of important dignitaries that are here today. and to just really say thank you for taking your time to be here. The consular from Kenya is here, Mr. Patrick. Thank you so much. We really, really appreciate you. Mrs. Lulu is here from Botswana. Thank you. Dr. Chichi Lion, thank you. Amazing women here. Suraya, Angola, thank you. Uma, you're going to be hearing from Uma soon. And there's so many important dignitaries that are here, and we really appreciate you. And every single woman in this room is important. So I want you to pat yourself on the back and say, I'm doing well. I am important. Thank you very much. So fostering, so who knows the theme now? So because it's very important that every session we have at this conference, we align our minds and attune ourselves to the theme of the conference, because there's a reason why we have come here. And I'm believing we'll get the best from this. So together, we rise, together we learn, we relearn, we unlearn, and together we rise, we run, and we fly. And we make an impact in Africa and leave a great legacy. So welcome to WACA 2025, Lagos State, Nigeria. So I'm going to be introducing, we have two masterclass sessions here today. We have Dr. Tinu Smith, and we have Uma, all the way from Singapore, Dr. Tinu Smith, all the way from Oyo State, Nigeria. Thank you so much for being here. And very quickly, I'm going to be calling on. Uma, come and take the stage. She belongs to you now and the microphone. Let's put our hands together for Uma. Pardon me? Check my slides. She's going to check
my slides. Hello, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I took almost a day to get here. So thank you for having me. It's my second time in the continent, but first time in Nigeria. So thank you so much. I am going to figure out my slides in a minute. So I'm just going to keep talking and entertain you while they figure out my slides. Maybe I'll tell you a little bit about myself while that comes up. My full name is Uma Tanabalasingam. It's very long. Actually, it's longer than that. So a lot of people ask, where am I from? So I answer in three different ways, which is, I am born in Singapore, I grew up in Malaysia, and I am third generation Sri Lankan. So my ancestors are from Sri Lanka, and they migrated to Malaysia. The only reason I was born in Singapore is because my mother didn't trust the Malaysian doctors. After she lost 2 kids, adopted my sister, and then got pregnant with me. So she went across the border. So Singapore is next to Malaysia to have me. And growing up, my mom was a nurse, and my dad was a mechanic. And the year that I was born, my dad had a heart attack, and he survived. But my mother said, I don't want you to go to work anymore. You stay at home, and I will go to work. And so I grew up watching my mother raise 2 kids on, her salary was maybe $500 a month. And my dad learned how to cook, how to garden, and he would get me and my sister ready to go to school. So we were never told about what was possible and what was not possible. There was no gender in anything. At age 5, I wanted to play the piano. I was watching the television with my parents, and I saw the orchestra and a pianist. Welcome to the baby in the audience. I love it when we start young. So I said, I want to learn how to play the piano, and so my grandmother bought me my first piano. And I finished grade 8 at 15 years old. And I said, I want to go to music school. And as any good Indian parents, that's my heritage, would say to you, you only on the floor, second, third, fourth year with 3 other girls. We had like a single mattress, so every morning we would roll up the mattress, put it to the side of the room, get ready to go to university. And so when I graduated, my first job, I was an engineer. And I remember negotiating my first pay. So I show up to the interview because one of the girls knew somebody that worked in IBM that was, had an IBM distributor that was willing to hire a fresh graduate. And so that taught me the power of networks. I only got the interview because of this person's sister. So I negotiated with this guy, who was this Chinese man who was giving me a job. And at that time, in our country, in Malaysia, for a systems engineer, it was 1,800 ringgit, which is about 300 something US dollars. And so I wanted to sleep in my own bed, and I negotiated my first salary. And I think the man that was about to give me this job was so shocked that this fresh graduate was negotiating with him that he just said yes. He said, okay. So for the rest of my career, I just asked. And I talked to a lot of women about ask and you shall most likely receive. So they're still working on getting my slides up, so I'm entertaining you with my story. So hopefully you are entertained, because I flew a long way here to come and talk to you about this topic. So I hope I get to do it. But fast forward, in 2023, I left a very big corporate job. I became vice president of a global tech company at the age of 38. I am now 47. And in 2023, I left a very big corporate job where I had 800 people, and I ran a profit and loss of about 1.6 US billion dollars of business. And so, since leaving the corporate life, I had to reinvent myself. Because my title doesn't open doors anymore, I don't have it anymore. And so I'm building my second career. And actually what I wanted to talk to you today was what it's like to rebuild yourself again, and why it's so important to have a personal brand. Because for all of these years, I tied my brand to the company I worked for. And so it's easier when you have some other name to put your name on. But actually, it's more powerful when your name stands on its own. And that's what personal brand is what are people saying about you when you have no titles, when you are not in the room, right? So maybe we can do a quick exercise. You know, one of the things I talk about is that when people want to know who you are, what do you think they do? What's the first thing that they do? Yes, they Google you, thank you. So if you were to take out your phone and put your name on Google, let's do it now. Just put your name on Google and see what comes out. I'm just going to run this without slides. You want to try? Oh, there's no Wi-Fi. Uh-oh. Is there Wi-Fi here? There is? Okay, can we give the information? The username is Oriental, and the password is Internet. Thank you. Did you get that? Username Oriental, password Internet. Okay, so everybody see what results show up? Does anybody want to share, like, if somebody were to Google you today, what are 3 words they would say about you based on what they see? You want to share? Okay, so let's say a stranger Googles your name, a stranger, okay? What would they say about you? 3 words.
Well, public health physician.
Public health decision?
Physician.
Oh,
I'm a physician.
Yeah.
What I can see here is a regional senior program field officer. It's still about my job, unfortunately. So it's a regional role. That's what I can see. I can see project management specialist. I can see 14 years.
Okay,
And then pictures.
okay.
So it's all about work.
So they would say health physician, someone in Africa,
Yeah.
probably, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's about it. It just keeps repeating from different, like LinkedIn, different sources and pictures
Yeah.
and other activities. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Are you happy with what Google gave you? Okay, who's happy with what Google gave you? Okay, you are happy. I like it. Who's happy with what Google, does it represent you? Yeah, okay, you happy with it? Okay, well, if you had a choice of what you would like Google to say, what are 3 words? You can write this down on your notepad. What would you like Google to say? Like if a stranger Googled your name, what are 3 words that you would like them to say about you? Just 3 words, it can be anything. Oh, I want to be known as an entrepreneur. I want to be known.
Thank you. So a very big apology. We are kind of trying to negotiate with technology. This is one thing that I tell people where I live in the first world, that we negotiate with everything in Africa, right? So I hope you understand that technology sometimes can be very cruel and unfriendly to us. So it's one of those days that it's not really being kind to us. So at this point, instead of just looking at the screen, maybe what you can do is to engage, with your neighbors. If you want to stand like my sister Lulu and go and use the washroom, take the opportunity to do that, and come back and let's continue. So once again, we are deeply disappointed by what's happening. We're very sorry. But it's an African spirit. We never give up, right? No, it's not a choice. Especially when we have
I'm about to play some Naija vibes. Afternoon, ladies. I'm Dr. Chi-Chi Lion. It is an honor to be here. I want to say thank you to the organizers. There's no need for an apology because when we do these things, surprises happen. So I'm your surprise today. I was not supposed to take the floor this afternoon. I'm actually meant to be on stage tomorrow. But I want to do something very different. I want to open in prayer. Okay? So Heavenly Father, we just want to thank you, Father God, for this moment that we get to sit here, women coming together to connect not just continents, not just countries, Father God, not just communities, but to see each other as one. We come with so much challenges, my God, and this is just but one. Just but one. And you have made a way where there seems to be no way. I see in this room so many fabulous females, and I truly believe that each one of them are here because their destiny has called their name. So I pray, Father God, that as we continue to stand firm on your word, that this event, as well as every single female here, Father God, they will be adorned, Father God, by your grace, your mercy, and you will help us all rise to the next level of elevation. So I thank you, Father God, for this afternoon, and I'm going to leave you with something very powerful. It's my favorite song. I wanted it actually. Here we go. That's for me, blessing you guys. This is how we open up. Can we raise the music up in here? Thank you. We can go higher. I want to praise God for being here. My story doesn't matter. He does. I'm going to let you know you are here for a reason. So don't push through. Hang on. We got that. And by the way, I'm actually belonging to the continent of Africa. Okay? So, I am the little daughter of the Lion of Judah. That's Dr. Chi-Chi Lion. That's what I'm going to make sure you see it on Google, okay? He has never lost a fight, not forsaken me. Ọba mi kò ṣeun jì, kò ṣeun jì.
What personal brand means to me, it's really what travels ahead of you. It's across borders. It's across industries, it's across networks, it's long before you get there. I never imagined that I could have a global business just sitting in Singapore, but I do. And it all comes down to having a personal brand, because today, you can do business with anyone globally, right? We all have our own gifts. So I really want you to think about what is it you have to offer to the world, and you don't have to limit it to just your city or your state. Right? You're here to help Africa. You can be across Africa as well. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. So yes, personal branding is how the world experiences you when you are not on the video. That's the real essence. Because whatever comes up through Google or search engines, it's how people are going to find you. Right? Or maybe they are on Instagram, maybe they're on LinkedIn, on YouTube, whatever platforms. Maybe you have some. Is there a local platform here in Africa that you use? Or is it all the same? Okay, all right. So they're going to find your name in there. If they're looking for a service you have to offer, they're going to Google it inside the platform. So does your name come up? Right? So how does the world experience you when you are not in the room? And so we just did this exercise. So hopefully you've done step 3, right? We did open Google, search your name, what shows up, and then based on what shows up, right, you can take a picture if you want to, do this later or share this with your friends. Step 2 was like, okay, if strangers went to Google or any other search, what would they find based on what they see? And then what would you like them to find? And I think we had like a few people who are very happy with where they are today. That's cool too. Then, right, you were very happy with that. So maybe you want to add, maybe you don't. But what is it you want people to do? We'll talk about exactly how to do that in a bit. Okay, why does your brand matter? There's so many stats. I took 3, right? 70% of business decision makers say they trust people over company brands. If you don't believe me, go on LinkedIn, right? And look for any CEOs or founders. I mean, don't take the Microsofts of the world. I mean like local African companies, right? Look at the founder and then look at the company page. You'll see that the company page has much less following compared to the founder or the CEO, right? People want to listen to what they say. Every time a company posts on LinkedIn, you're probably unlikely to read what they write. But if the person behind the company writes, you're likely to, I mean, if it's a good post, you're likely to engage with it, right? So that's what the first stat means. Does anyone here work for other people? Like you are employed, you're an employee, you work for other people, right? Some of you, okay. So 57% of recruiters, I mean, if you want other jobs in the future or new jobs, they check your online presence. I have never once read a full resume from anybody. The first thing I do is Google their name, right? I don't know if you do the same, but that's what recruiters are doing today, right? I want to see what's social. It used to be that they want to double check your Facebook and see what you're up to personally, but now they want to see what else, who are you, how do you show up? And videos are the best form of that. I'm going to talk about that. Videos are the best form to engage and build trust online. And then this report says 17% of African women entrepreneurs report having access to networks beyond their local market. That is very low, right? We would love more African women to have access beyond their local networks. And so this is why personal brand matters. So this is a huge learning for me in the last 20 months. I'll explain this. When you work for someone, or even if you're an entrepreneur or a founder, but your business is not digital. Your business is not digital. There is a bell curve. There is some amount of money you will earn, and then there is a maximum amount to that money that you will earn. That's the top of the bell curve, right? So you're going to fall somewhere in the bell curve. But the moment you have a personal brand and you can digitize your business, it's the right side of the curve. I call it the power curve. There is limitless opportunities of how people can engage and buy what you have to offer, right? So if you're interested on the right side, then this is even more important to you. But also equally important if you want to be on the highest bell curve for whoever you're working for, whatever industry you're in today, okay? So your title, whatever your title is today, that opens your doors locally. This is what I've learned. But your personal brand opens doors globally. You can define what global means. It doesn't have to be every single country around the world, whatever global means to you. Maybe it's outside your state, right? Maybe it's all of Africa. Maybe you want to go to other continents. I don't know. Whatever that means to you. Your personal brand is the thing that is going to open the doors. No one's going to pick up the phone and call you on your mobile. They're going to be searching for you on the internet. Okay, so I told a little bit about my story. That's me with my dad. You heard the story about my dad, how he was a mechanic and he gave up his job and he learned how to do all the household stuff. That's me at 9 years old, very awkward. And also I grew up in a country, Malaysia, that being dark was not beautiful. In fact, my mother gave me this cream from India. It's called Fair and Lovely, and she made me use it every day. So every day I was reminded I was too dark, right? She wanted me to have lighter skin, right? So part of today is I'm going to share stories from Asia. I hope that's okay. So I was a very awkward and low confidence child, because I didn't look the way that society wanted, attractive people to look like. I should have been born here. I would be like fitting in, right? So, so you heard the story of how I became vice president of a very large global company. I ran 48 markets. That's me on stage. And then I'm also the founder of a community in Singapore called Lean In Singapore. And it is inspired by the book by Sheryl Sandberg, who wrote the book in 2013, all about why is it that women stop progressing in the workplace. So I am the founder of Lean in Singapore, and we have a network of about 7,000 women. It's very small, but I'm the one in red with the blonde hair, and that's Sheryl Sandberg next to me when she came to Singapore. And when I left the corporate world on LinkedIn, which is my primary platform today, and I'm going to tell you about how I'm diversifying, I had about 12,000 followers, and they were because I had a big job title and because I was the founder of Lean in Singapore. So I had 12,000 followers. And after I left, as of today, I have 32,000 followers. So the other 20,000 came because I was just me, without a job title. And I want to teach you how to do that, if you're interested. So I made a lot of mistakes, I had a lot of learnings, but people follow because there is only one Uma, just like there is only one of you. That's the key point of today. Nobody can be who you are. So what is the truest form of you that you can bring out and show the world? Okay, so I left this corporate job and I'm figuring out what I want to do next. And what you see on this slide is a work in progress. I hope to build a conglomerate of companies that is in the intersection of media, leadership, and reinvention. I hope to be the next Oprah in Asia. So, yeah, I say it out loud now. It's like, I don't care. So that's what I'm building. The way Martha Stewart built Omni Media and the way Oprah built Harpo Productions, that's what I'm building. That's my next career, but I'm starting from the very bottom. So you are, just listening to the early part of my journey. And so I have a podcast, which I started last year, which, what people don't know is they see this podcast, which looks very professional, but I started in 2019, recording at home on my dinner table. It was very imperfect. And so one of the key messages is that if you want to do this, embarrassment is the cost of entry. I had to do a lot of embarrassing videos and just put it out there. So are you willing to do that? Because I'm a perfectionist. And I don't like to watch videos of myself, but I just posted it and I never watched it. But I just did it anyway to get the practice. And that's something you have to do. So I have the Elevate Group with my partner Jing Jin. We have 3 companies. We're on a mission to help 5 million working women rise with us. And then I have Lean In, which I talked about. I have Walk the Talk, which is a platform to bring men to sponsor women in the workplace, which I hope to take globally. I hope to have my own TV show someday. For those of you who want to have a TV show, the reason I do the podcast is because guess who is the #1 competitor to Netflix? Do you guys say Netflix here, right? Okay, just checking. Who do you think is the #1 competitor to Netflix? What platform? YouTube. YouTube is the #1 competitor to Netflix. So if I want my own TV show, guess where I have to be? I have to be on YouTube. So I spent a lot of time studying YouTube and being on YouTube. I'm going to write my first book this year, which is called Career Quake, and I'm going to talk to you about that a little bit later. Okay. So with all of that, I cannot do this alone. And so I met this guy called Chris Do. And you can Google him. He lives in LA. And he came to Singapore in January. I did some of his masterclass. And in that part of the world, which is North America, Chris Do is known as the GOAT of personal branding. GOAT is like greatest of all time. And so I met Chris, and I did his class. And at the end of it, he gave me some homework. I did the homework, and then I messaged him. I was like, I don't care. I'm just going to private message him on LinkedIn and say, Chris, I did your homework. Should I book a one-on-one with you? Because I don't know what is next for me. Like, I did this Ikigai homework that he gave me. If you want the Ikigai exercise, you can get my number and I'll send it to you. But I wanted to find out what is my purpose, like what should I be doing next? I had like 100 different ideas. And so the Ikigai book, does anyone know the Ikigai book? Okay, so I figured out how to do Ikigai with ChatGPT's help. And if you want to know the formula, you can ask from me. So I went to Chris and said, okay, I've done it. But I have so many questions, should I book a one-on-one with you? And a one-on-one with Chris Do for 1 hour is $5,000 US, okay? So it's a lot of money. He said, don't pay me anything. Let's figure out over chat, see if I can help you. So long story short, we talk. I send him the Ikigai results, and he says, Uma, I think you are going to build a media company. And I said, I'm going to build a media company? And he said, yes, like Oprah and Martha. And then I was like, oh my God, he gets me. He gets me. So I was like, Chris, can I come and stay with you in your gardener's house? So we talk, and I have signed a 1-year program being coached by Chris Do. So I am Chris Do's protege, and there is only one in the world. So I'm giving you a lot of stuff that I learned from Chris today. And you can follow me on LinkedIn because I'm a big believer that everything I learn, I put out on social media so that other people can learn and have access. I want to make everything accessible to everyone. It's up to you what you do with it. But you can follow me on LinkedIn for that. So I want to share 5 truths from him. So the first one, he says, if there is no story, there is no brand. So your look, how you look, if you Google Chris Do, he has a certain look, right? So everybody has a certain look. What is your look? Mine is mainly my hair, right? So I change colors, do things, but it's mainly my hair, but that's a look. Your speech, your posture, your content, that's your packaging. And if you strip the label and drain the substance, you are just a commodity. If I had a bottle of water here, which I do not, but let's imagine that I do, and there was a label on it. Let's say, I mean, what's a famous label in Africa? Like, what's an expensive water in Africa? Evian? Okay, so Evian. So when you see Evian on a bottle of water, what do you think? It's costly, quality, sophisticated. Do you trust the brand? Yeah, I mean, it's like French, right? Anything European, right? Like, do you know the soap Aesop? Has anyone seen AESOP? You know, it's Australian, but they were very tricky in that the E, they put the thing there so it looks European. So you pay a lot more for soap, right? So if I took off the Evian label and there's no label on the bottle of water, would you pay as much? No. If I opened the bottle of water and poured it into a glass and said, you know, here it is, would you still pay as much? No, right? So that's what this means. If there is no story, there is no brand. Okay. Let go of performance, step into authenticity. This is a mistake I have done many times much earlier where, you know, the more you try to be liked, the less likable you are. And the more you try to impress, the less impressive you are, right? How many of us can tell from reading somebody write online or their videos that, you know, they're trying to impress you. It's not authentic, right? Can you tell? And then do you switch off and scroll to the next thing? Yes, it's very obvious when people are trying that. So don't try to do that. Just be you and be your voice and be authentic. Don't copy and paste just because it worked for somebody else. It's not going to work for you. Okay. Conformity. Conformity means being the same, right? Conformity is the enemy of visibility. If you are like somebody else, that is the enemy of visibility. You will not be visible. Well, there is only one you, you know, like a lot of women say, oh, Uma, I want to be you. It's like, you can't be me, I'm taken. You got to be you. So don't try and copy anybody else. So if you're trying to be invisible, undifferentiated, you are doing a great job because you are in the FBI Witness Protection Program of branding. You are in hiding. That's what it means. Number 4, own your premium value. You are not here to be the cheapest or easiest option. You are here to be unforgettable, right? I think a lot of times, especially when we do business, as women, we try not to be difficult. We want to be liked versus respected. And so we give in a lot and we don't hold to our value, right? So when you do your personal brand, you can own your premium value. You have this thing called with or without you energy. Has anybody heard of with or without you energy? It's like, this is happening with or without you, you know? It's like, okay, maybe we're not the right fit, that's okay. You know, so I'm like, I'm happening with or without you. You know, you have that with, people can sense if you're desperate. And then lastly, and I love this about Chris, and this is why I work with him, personal branding is healing through expression. You are not broken, you are a beautiful missing piece waiting to find fit, not to complete you, but to reveal you. And I think a lot of people who write and do videos, when you create, is actually a very healing expression of yourself. And you're gonna find more, you know, find a lot more about yourself than you ever knew before. Okay. All right, I want to talk to you about the 3 V's. And then, very shortly, you're gonna do your 3 V's on the notepad. Okay, so they are values, voice, and visibility. We always start with values. What is it that you stand for? I stand for progressing women in the workplace. I stand for helping people to reinvent themselves. I stand for social justice. I stand for a different kind of leadership in corporate. So what do you stand for? What are the principles that shape how you work, lead, and show up? And what are your non-negotiables? So important to have that. Who are the people you will or will not work with? What are the things you will or will not be willing to do? Your non-negotiables are super important. And then voice is how you express your ideas, your stories, your expertise, the tone and style that makes you, you. And everybody has a very distinct style. It takes a long time to find it if you are new to this, and that is perfectly okay. So again, embarrassment is the cost of entry. You must just get out there and just do it, and you'll find your voice. I didn't until, you know, last year I wrote 400 plus LinkedIn posts. That's the amount of practice that I put in every day. And I never miss, because I'm trying to find what's my voice. I'm trying to figure it out. And I'm just gonna like do it in the open. I mean, and that's why your values are so important. And actually for me, the most important thing for personal brand is to go to therapy first. Because if you don't know who you are, how can you even begin to put yourself out there? And then the haters are gonna come. People are gonna wanna debate with you. And then you will get messed up in all those things and you don't know how to stand for yourself. Lastly is visibility. So where and how people experience your brand, platforms, rooms, networks, the bridge between who you are and what the world sees. Okay, so, I mean, here's my very quick 3 V's, and then we're gonna do yours, okay? I'm gonna do yours in a minute. So my values, I talked about that already. My voice is very unfiltered, unrehearsed, and unscripted. So if I'm speaking somewhere or I'm doing a podcast, I tell them, don't send me the questions. I want it to be like unscripted, unrehearsed. I'm best like that. Some people like to rehearse, that's okay, but this is me. You don't have to, do what I do. And then visibility, LinkedIn is my first platform. YouTube, I'm trying to grow. Instagram, I'm trying to grow. Newsletter, and then my book. Okay, I'll tell you one thing. Who are founders of their own businesses? And how many of you are for-profit? For-profit business. Okay, so what do you think is the most valuable asset for the founders, the most valuable asset for a business? As a founder, especially if you are a solopreneur, and your business has some aspects of digital or almost 100% digital, it doesn't matter. What do you think is the most important asset? And anybody can guess. Reputation. Sorry? Human resource. Yes? Sorry. Okay, I'm going to... What did you say?
I'm into importation of refrigerators and fridges and other things. I import them, fairly used to Nigeria.
Okay. Anyone want to guess? Okay, if you're doing a digital business especially, the most important asset is email. Your customers' emails. Why? Every single social media platform out there is rented. You are renting their space. What happens is Instagram crashes or LinkedIn goes down. You have nobody's details. And that's why you need your own newsletter. Because if you run a digital business, I'll tell you the value of one email is up to $42 US, one email, when you can use it the right way. So imagine if you have 100 of those, 1,000 of those, 10,000 of those, right? You can really make a lot of money. And that's why newsletters, if you are a solopreneur, is so, so important. Because you have emails to directly communicate with them, and you're not depending just on social media platforms. And that's why I have a newsletter under Elevate. I'm going to start my own one this year. Okay? And then later there's a book. Okay. So, time for you to do a little exercise, your 3 Vs. We did a little bit of it earlier, but if you want to take some time now and just write down on your phone, on your piece of paper, what's 3 things you want to be known for, okay? So it can be your skills, your qualities, contribution, impact. What do you want to be known for? It's just your first draft. It can be imperfect. Just write whatever. Whatever comes to your mind. What 3 things do you want to be known for? So when people say your name, they think these 3 things, okay? Let's take 3 minutes to do this. Okay, I'm gonna ask like 3 women to share. And if you share, I brought a gift from Singapore. This is our national flower, the orchid. And this is a keychain. I know it's not money, but will you play with me and just pretend to be excited? I mean, this is like, okay, oh, we have a woman that's like, okay, I want that thing. Okay, come up here. Let's give her a round of applause. I love people who put their hand up first. Hello.
Hi.
What is your name?
I am called Dr. Stephanie from Cameroon.
Okay. Dr. Stephanie from Cameroon.
Yes, please.
What are 3 things you'd love to be known for?
I would like people to know about my ability, the skills I possess, and me as a person.
Okay.
That's myself.
Okay. And what are those?
My ability.
You have to work hard for this thing. Of course. Yeah.
I possess good communication skills.
Okay.
And I'm also a seasoned counselor.
A seasoned
Counselor.
counselor.
Yes. So I have very good listening skills as well. And I am able to move mountains for the vulnerable.
Okay. Oh, I love it. Okay. So now when you write, you need to tell people how you do that, right?
Yes.
So that's going to be your task when you go back. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I have 2 more to give. Okay, yes. Come up front. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
You were the one who were happy with the Google search.
Yes.
Okay, what is your name?
My name is Hope, and greetings from the happiest country in the world, Finland.
Oh, wow. Finland?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's great. Now, what are 3 things you'd like to be known for?
I want to be known as a gender equality advocate.
Okay.
And I want to be known as a person who is very passionate about equality
Yeah.
and equity, fairness, and justice. And these are actually the things I do at the moment. So
Okay. So does Google say that it knows you for that?
at least Google knows me as an author
Okay.
and a keynote speaker.
Okay. But about this topic?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay, very good. Thank you. Let's give you a keychain. That's Kim. She's going to help me out. One more. Okay, yes. We have from this side of the room. Come up and share. Thanks. Love the outfit.
Yeah, thank you.
And your name?
I'm Josephine Barkley from Liberia.
Oh, lovely. Josephine. What are the 3 things you would like to be known for?
Well, I would like to be known by my voice and the kind of work I do in my country.
Yeah.
Helping girls to stay in school by providing reusable pads for local community girls. I produce the pad myself. I made the pad myself. And I go to community. I go to government schools. I teach them how to use the pad, how to wear the pad. And then I also give them the sexual reproductive aspect of the pad.
Yeah.
It's not just about giving pads to girls. I'm not just passing around giving pads to local girls.
Yeah.
But I want you to know that my mothers passed through that thing and using all piece of ragged cloth.
Yeah.
So now we are in the morning, in a new society. Can we all sit in a room as women and allow our girls to still use the old cloth?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Then I step out in my country and I say, no.
Yeah.
My mother never told me when I was doing my period.
Yeah.
She only told me the day you go around boys, you will get pregnant. So then I said to myself, when I get big, I am going to change the lives of people.
Yes. Thank you.
And this is what I'm doing in my country. I give reusable pads to girls, and it stayed with them for a period of 3 years.
Nice.
So I'm helping government schools only, but I'm doing local communities.
Yeah.
So this is what I want to be known for.
Yeah. Do you want to expand outside of
I want to expand outside. I want to go to another country.
Nice.
I want to step out in African country. African countries, we have the power. I can say that to anybody. Africa has the power. The women in here have the power. We can make it happen. We can move and we can step to it.
Yes. Absolutely. Now, how would you feel if people kept calling you on your phone and saying, I want to give you money to expand across Africa? Would that be good?
Well, that would be awesome.
Yes.
Because we want, let me say this. There's a boy, few days ago, it was on my birthday, July 9. And then we had to go somewhere to go teach. And the boss said that when he was sleeping, he got up and then he saw his sperm all over him. So then he was scared, and he moved to somebody, or older man, and told the older man that Last night I went to bed, I was all messed up. And the older man said, oh, there is a big mommy water spirit that is following you right now. The boy never know, he never understand what is wet dream. So during my teaching, 18 years old boy shouted in the workshop and said, today my life changed. So I want to be known in Africa that I can change somebody's life.
All right.
I want you sitting in this room here to change the lives of people. We have women out there. People are still punching and they are still wearing old cloth. We need to make a difference in this room.
All right.
And we can make it.
It's going to start with you. So your personal brand is going to matter. So people can call and give you money.
Thank you.
This matches your outfit.
Thank you.
I knew you were going to wear this. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. All right. Now, I'm going to give you, for those of you who want to go a little bit further, I'm going to give you how I cracked the code on something, which is how to own a word. Okay? So I'll tell you the story behind this. As I was working with Chris Do, he said, 90 days, write whatever you want, on LinkedIn, wherever. Just write whatever you like. And then after 90 days, we took the top 3 performing topics. For me, it was perimenopause. I talk about that. Reinvention. And unconscious bias, what women go through in the workplace. I talk a lot about that. So top 3 topics that people engage with the most. Then, so here's the second question. So he said, what's a topic you can talk forever about? Okay, second question to ask yourself. You can talk about this topic forever. So I said, well, probably perimenopause, because eventually I'll go into menopause, and reinvention. Then he said, third question, what can you imagine yourself on stage talking about? So I said reinvention, okay? So if you want to go a bit further, you ask yourself these 3 questions. Now, then he said, come up with a word. I said, come up with a word? I said, yes, come up with a word that's never been used before. So I said, okay. It took me about 4 or 5 months. So I came up with the word career quick. It can be any word. I came up with the word career quick. So I tested it. So I started writing on LinkedIn about career quick. And do people resonate with this word? So social media is great for you to test, right? So then people started, oh yeah, that's a great word. So I kept writing. So then Chris said, okay, now run down this word. What he means is push as much content as you can about this word. So if you go on Google now and you search this word and you look under videos, you will see my videos, most likely, on most of the page, right? Now, do I have a trademark? I do not. I just put the TM there so people think I have the trademark. So you can do this. No one's going to call me and check. So now that's going to be my first book, and then it'll be a keynote. So you see what's happening? Now, when you want someone to go to the one piece of platform that you are prioritizing, for me it's YouTube, okay? So if you go to my YouTube, there's a whole playlist on Career Quick. But there's a few things you can do. Where's the number 1 place that people get most of your communication? Your emails. Every day you're emailing somebody. Every day you're emailing somebody. So change your signature. At the bottom of your signature, I turn career breakdowns into breakthroughs, Career Quick, and I put the link to my YouTube. So outside of social media, put it on your signature so people always go they click on it, right? And then I get the follows. So there's a few things you can do, but this is how you own the word. So if you want to come up with a word, the 3 questions to ask yourself after you've tested your content, so you all wrote what you want to be known for. Come up with a word. Use GPT to brainstorm if you like, and then own the word. And then people associate that word with you. Then you can turn it into a book, into a keynote. You can turn it into anything, a product. There's so many things you can do with it. But if you want to do this is something I'm doing right now. I'm in the progress of it, right? I'm not there yet. But that's the formula of how to do it. Okay. All right, I'm going to end with 10 things for you to take away the personal brand playbook. Number 1, you got to know who you are, so do the inner work. Number 2, you have to define your audience. Who are the people who you want to see your content? Who are your customers? Who are the people that you are serving, right? So define your audience. And then, if you can, number 3, claim your word. I just talked about it. CareerQuake is my example. Okay. Number 4, craft your core message. What is it that you do? I turn career breakdowns into breakthroughs. And so reinvention equals CareerQuake. That's my tagline. Tomorrow I might decide it's something else, but craft your core message. Number 5, pick your platform. Number 1 question to ask yourself on how to pick the platform is, where is your audience hanging out? Where are most of them hanging out? Is it Instagram? Is it TikTok? Is it LinkedIn? Is it YouTube? Just pick one if you're just starting. If you want to be a bit more sophisticated, definitely LinkedIn for business, Instagram for personal. People want to know who you are behind that. And then YouTube for videos. And then build your content mix. So videos, it's so important. I'm going to give you a mini challenge after this. And hopefully some of you will do it. But videos is the fastest way to build trust, because when you see somebody on video, so there's a science behind this. It's a 4-7-11 science. And it's that if I see a person on 4 different platforms and I see them, I engage with them 7 different interactions 11 times, I'm going to develop a parasocial relationship with them. Think about your favorite actors and actresses that you have never met. If you've seen enough of their movies and watch enough videos of them, including on Instagram, their personal lives, whatever, you feel like you're connected to them, right? So if you saw them down the street somewhere, you would go, hi Tom Hanks, that's my favorite actor, or hi Brad Pitt, or whoever, Jennifer Aniston, etc. So it's called a parasocial relationship. So the moment you put enough content out there and people watch it, they're going to recognize you, they're going to see you, and they're going to come up to you and go like, oh, I think I've seen you, like, who are you? So that's a parasocial relationship, and videos is the best way to do that, because it's very hard to fake yourself on video unless you're using AI. So do videos as much as possible. All right, number 7, start before you feel ready. Spoiler alert, there is no such thing as ready. So just start. There is no such thing as ready. Keep showing up, engage deeply. So when people comment on your stuff, most people don't reply comments. That is the number 1 thing not to do. So always reply comments. That's engagement. And then repurpose and evolve. Good content you can reuse 32 times. That's the math. Okay. And then here's a mini challenge for you. In the next 30 days, if you want to take this seriously, especially those who want to get more business, etc., record a 60-second video. I'd love for you to do it now and the next 2 days when you're all together, right? You can record with somebody, but ideally by yourself. Introduce yourself, your name, who are you? Share one thing you want to be known for that was in your notes that you made, and then post it on LinkedIn, Instagram, post it wherever, but LinkedIn or Instagram would be good. If you want, I'm happy, you tag me, I will comment on it, and a lot of people will watch it if I comment on it. So if you want, you can tag me, that's up to you. That's my Instagram. You can find me on LinkedIn, same name. And this will be your challenge. I guarantee you, the moment you do this, especially if you've never done this before, because it's so embarrassing to do this, and I've been there, you'll be like, oh my God, I can rule the world. You'll be like, I've done this. I've done this hard thing, right? It can only get better, right? So I hope you'll take up this challenge. And I write every 2 weeks. And so if you'd like to subscribe to my newsletter, I do a lot of stuff around the topics here, politics and power, visibility and influence, a lot of stuff. So if you'd like to subscribe to the newsletter, just scan the barcode and sign up. It's free. The next newsletters, I just wrote it yesterday. It's coming out on Thursday. And you can also follow me on YouTube. You can just find this. Or you can just search Raw with Uma. That's my YouTube channel. I do a lot of videos. I push out at least 1 or 2 videos a day. And this is the hard part about reinventing yourself, and you start from scratch. You just have to hustle, hustle in a different way. Okay, so I leave you with Oprah. And she says, only by owning who and what you are can you step into the fullness of life. And I love this quote. And she also talks about how your #1 job in life is to figure out the dream that the universe and life has dreamt for you. And it is much bigger than the dream that you believe that you have today. Life has dreamt a much bigger dream for you. So I hope you get to chase and get your dreams, and join me in chasing dreams together. So thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Omar, for this incredible piece that you have just given us. I must do a disclaimer. I don't do director of ceremonies, so I'm scared. Maybe because I do not have a personal branding yet. But I hope and pray that after this session, I will get myself into, a better space. So we just want to thank Omar. Let me just do a little bit of a check-in with you. What's your greatest takeaway from what Omar has just been giving us? Thank you so much for telling us that you are a keynote speaker. So next year in Nairobi, we would want you to be our keynote speaker. Thank you so much. Yes, you, madam. Yes, you can't wait to tell us your greatest takeaway today. Yeah? Yes. You want to come on the stage? Yeah? It's all yours. Elegantly dressed.
Thank you so much. So I think my very key takeaway was when she asked us about personal branding. And she asked us to Google ourselves. And when I Google myself, on LinkedIn, I use the name Global Queen of Visibility as one of my names. That's my brand name. And when I Google myself, and I was seeing myself in the list of top influencers on LinkedIn, and I was like, wow. So this is what personal branding is all about. And also the 10 points he gave us. So I just want to say that I'm going to try that 60 seconds challenge, and I'm going to tag you. And I also follow you. Please do connect with me. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Awesome. Yeah, your name.
My name is Aisha Sani Abubakar. I'm from Lagos, Nigeria here. Yes, and I'm trying to find my foot in women empowerment. I want to be in a space whereby when they see me, they mention women that add value to the lives of other women. I want to be a global voice of change. I want to add value to women and the girl child. And I want to be in a space where women are empowered, because when women are empowered, the world becomes empowered. Thank you so much.
Awesome. So I'll just give one more person to give us a, yeah. You see, the disadvantage of being in front is that we always look at the back. Tomorrow I'll give you a chance. Yeah, you go for it. So you'll be the last person, and then we will call Dr. Tini Smooth. Dr. Tini Smooth is one of our trustees for Women Achievers Africa. And I have realized, Umar, that all the ladies that have been proud to come to the stage, they're elegantly dressed up. So as she said, you know, conformity, visibility, you gotta stand out. So from here, I'm going to start buying new clothes. Yes, you wanna go for it?
Yeah, hi everybody. My name is Chiwendu Nweke, and I'm the founder of Bridge Merchant. I work with I'm the founder of an agri-tech startup. And what we do is we work with farmers in rural communities, majorly on the 7 communities, and we make sure that food do not go to waste. So if you're in an urban city, the reason why you can buy something in the market is because you are down in a rural community, a rural farming community, pulling out foods for you to eat. I would say what resonated with me is the last thing you said about Oprah, her quote, that the dream the universe has and the world has dreamt for us is way more bigger than the dream we've dreamt for ourselves. It was like, because I am in a space where it's a masculine and it's a male-dominated space, so you get very little women doing a lot of things that we do. And when I started, I had to actually front someone else as the founder, because I was going into a community and men would not want to listen to me. I started at the age of 22, and I was pretty young, and nobody wanted to listen to me. So even if I was bringing a solution to them, they wanted to talk to a man, right? And we've grown so far. We've worked with about 10,000 smallholder farmers, and we've been able to work with a lot of exporters. So I just noticed that the dream is way more bigger than I have. What I have dreamt for myself is maybe scale out, get into West Africa, but then Africa is a global stage. We have 40% of the world arable land, and a lot of what we do go to waste. So that's really resonated with me. Thank you.
Thank you. So like I said, in the interest of time, I would call Dr. Tini Smooth on stage. I was trying to get Madam President to come and introduce Dr. Tini Smooth, because I felt I was so tiny and not so qualified to really introduce Dr. Tini Smooth. But my boss said I should go ahead and call this beautiful woman on stage, and I believe that you will do justice to your profile by telling us who you are and what are your 3 values. So thank you so much, Ma. I will hand it over.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here, and I will say that thanks to Uma for sharing that. I always believe that personal branding should precede corporate branding, because it helps you. Actually, it helps you to push your corporate brand. When you are confident as a woman, you are able to build something great and awesome. So I believe so much in that, and I'm happy she started from there. So we're going to go to corporate branding now. So we're going to do the same exercise. You do your Google and check your brand. What can you see? Your corporate brand, your business, your NGO, whatever it is you're running. Can you do that for me? What can you see? You're not here with your phone. Oh, you're an employee. Okay, your company. Google who you're working with. Can you check your NGO? Check whatever it is you're doing. What can you see? The same exercise you did for your personal brand. If you can only see your LinkedIn page and your Instagram page, you have a lot of work to still do. So, let's open it. What can you see? Are you satisfied with what you see? Are you satisfied with what you can see? Where's yours, ma'am? You're not doing it. I want everybody to do it, please. Oh, sorry. I had the Wi-Fi here. Is there a password for it? They say it's internet. It's not working still. Oh, wow. Okay, for those who have Have you been able to? What did you see when you checked? Are you okay with it? Are you happy with what you saw there? Okay, so my name is Tinu Smith, and I've managed my business for 3 decades. That's 30 years. And on the journey of managing my business, I discovered that branding your business is key to whatever it is you do. Why people are not, some of us here might be, you're having low sales in your business. The major reason you are not selling is because people don't know, they don't even know you exist. People only buy from brands they know. And at times, some of the brands are not as good as you. Do you agree with me? They are not as good as you, but because they are the ones that are, doing everything Uma told us, packaging themselves and putting themselves in front of us, those are the people we buy from. If I put a Coke bottle on this, Coca-Cola bottle on this table, without the name Coca-Cola on it, can you recognize the bottle? Yes, you will. Yes, you will. They branded to a point that even if you see a Coca-Cola, I don't think there's any other bottle that looks like Coca-Cola. Is there any? No. That is the power of branding. I don't have to see the name. The features alone is enough for me to know that this is Coca-Cola bottle. That is where we are going. And as big as Coca-Cola is, do you know they are still branding on daily basis? They want to be, in your faces. They want you to see them. They want you to buy what they are selling and everything. If you go to the villages in Nigeria here, you will find them in all those remote areas. They are everywhere. That's the power of branding. And even those in the villages know Coca-Cola as big as they are. So for us that are smaller, we have smaller businesses and we have NGOs. We want people to know us. But the point is, I went for a training last week at the United Nations Innovation Hub, and the slogan they told us to go away to it: if it's not online, then you are not doing it. Because you're not the only one competing for what you are doing. For me, I've gotten several grants from my NGO. I have an NGO, I have a business, and I've gotten several grants from my NGO, several grants from my business. The point is, they are always checking you up online. And you're not the only one. Maybe you are like 200 people that applied for that. They're going to keep eliminating as they're checking. They will eliminating you until they find the people. And unfortunately, the people they find might not even be as good as you are. But it's what they see that they are going to use. Perception is what? Is everything. Why I'm different from you is because my voice, when I speak, is different from yours. The way I dress will be different from you. The things you like will be different from me. And those are your distinct features. And that is what must also be. If you are building an NGO, you are building a business, those are the features you must have. So that when two of you are doing the same thing and they are trying to, eliminate one of you, they're going to, women are very emotional. We were all clapping when Mama was talking here. Oh, but if I go online, everything she has said, would I find it there? We are all emotional. I'm doing this. I'm helping the children in the rural areas to do this and that. They say, very good. If I go on your NGO page, would I find it? Will I find the pictures? Thank you, ma'am. Will I find the pictures? Will I find, there was a grant I got. They told me to bring flyers from when I started. Yes. They wanted to be sure that I said I've been doing it for like 10 years. They said, show us flyers or programs you've had in the past. So I had to go on my Facebook page and start, downloading flyers because what I'm saying is that we need to document what we are doing. So it's not about emotions. I'm helping people. I'm doing this. Show me. You say you've done 10,000. Show us the data. It's part of branding. You are branding yourself. So today we're talking about corporate branding. And we're going to look at why it's important to do that as a business owner. Because we've done personal branding. For you, it will help your confidence. But now, when you are building something, how do you build it? And what are the things that are important to building them? So let's go. So there is no branding without a brand. You become a brand when you are recognized as one. So recognition is very important when it comes to branding. If you like, be building anywhere and say, I'm a brand, until somebody actually recognizes you and say, yes, she's a brand. We can recognize Zara, recognize Coca-Cola, it can be Apple. Some of these computer laptops here are, thank you. That's yours. Is this yours? Okay, great. So, what's this? This is a lion. What's the name of the brand? Oh, I like that. So that's what I'm saying. Don't just, some of us will wake up tomorrow and we say, we want to give somebody to work for us, maybe a printer. Then they use green today. And then tomorrow, we see purple. or even different shades of green. Do you know colors have numbers? Do we know that? Because we have different shades of orange, of green, of red, so you have to be specific. When somebody is working with you, you have to let them know that this is the number of my brand color, so that they are not going to come tomorrow. You know, printers can be crazy. They just come up with something else. So you have to be specific and let them know this is my brand color. So you have to work. You must be as, intentional as that. You must be specific. So that every time I'm seeing you appear on LinkedIn, appear on Facebook, you're appearing the same all the time. And if I keep seeing that over time, it's speaking to my mind. I'm able to recognize the brand. It's not gold today, green tomorrow, red tomorrow. You're not consistent. So consistency is very important when it comes to branding. And that is what, there's a feel when I open your page. Is it showing class? Am I seeing classiness in what you are doing? Or you're just all over the place? All the pictures are just jumbled together. I can't put, I don't understand what you are doing. You're saying you are doing women empowerment and it's looking like you're doing children's empowerment. You understand? Or you're attending to widows. You have to know exactly what it is you're doing. And it is the consumer that actually calls you a brand because they recognize you by what you are doing, from what you are put out there. Okay, so a brand, you can only be a brand when people recognize you as one. So a brand is a name, form, symbol. So at times we think once I've done my logos and my colors, that is branding. It is much more than that. And it's something we do consistently. You cannot brand once and say I've branded. It's a consistent journey. Something you do over time, every time. You keep doing it because you might look at this and say, this is not good enough. Let us, do this. Let us do that. You keep changing it until you get it right. So it's a continuous journey. So a brand is a name, form, symbol of features that distinguishes a product, service, or individual or organization from the competitor. Like I told you, you are not the only one applying for that grant. You are not the only one applying for that contract. There are other people also competing with you, and we are competing globally now. It's not even in your local space. So that is why you have to be intentional about this. How many of us are running NGOs there? Thank you. So everything I've said now, if I say you should open, can we see what I'm saying? Are you okay? If I say you should give me you have a website? Everybody, a landing page or a website? And everything is intact. Can you open one for us? Let's do an experiment. Who wants to go? Let's see one. Anybody? Very fast. Let's see. Then if you're opening it and the thing is not opening too, you have to work on it. It must be very fast. Not using 50 million years to open before you open your page. Yes. Everybody's still searching. You must be on the first page of Google. Sure, you know that. Immediately you tap it in, it must, load immediately. Maybe it's the internet issue. Let's go on so that we don't waste more time. So when you are ready, let me know, ma. We go over it. So a brand is a name, form, symbol, or feature that distinguishes a product, service, individual, organization from the competitor. A brand is a particular distinct experience. It gives an idea of expectations in the mind, in the mind of the consumer. So what I want to say to you is now this: we are all selling experience. It's an experience you are selling. It's not a product. So if you are here today, you say, oh, I am packaging so and so in my company. Maybe I do, let me see, we do yam flour. Do you know it's not the yam flour you're actually selling? Is the experience the consumer, would have from eating your yam flour. They say the taste of that yam flour is quality. If you think back, most times when we go to eateries to eat, it's because there's a distinct taste you have from eating maybe chicken. You can travel from Lekki to Ikeja, for those who are in, to go and buy a particular product, not because of the product, because of the feeling you have when you eat it. It could be a parfait, you just like the way it tastes. You can travel 2 miles, 3 miles to go and buy it just because of, and you'll be passing other parfait makers on the road. But you go very far to go and buy it because it gives you a feeling. So what feeling are you giving your customer? That is the power of branding. Is that feeling. That's the why customers keeps coming to your brand. Because there's something you do that others are not giving them. So what does your NGO what does it do for your consumers? What does your brand, bring to the market for your consumers? Those are the questions you need to answer. And it's the feeling that we are selling. It is not the product. Most times you think, oh, I have this product, I have packaged that product. It is not the product. Always What is the, result you want this product to have in their lives? What do you want it to do for them? So it might be their taste bud, they just like it. It might be clothing, the fitting, they just like it. It might be if they buy wigs from you, oh, the texture is so good and it lasts very long. That's quality. That's why they are coming. So why consumers come to us most time is not because of the product we are packaging. It is the feeling it gives them. So focus always on the feeling. What do you want the consumer to take away from what you are doing? If you are impacting people, you are impacting a village or a girl or women. What feeling do you want those women to have from the impact you are doing, in their community? Those are the questions we need to ask, and that makes our brand stronger when we are selling emotions and not the product. So we need to focus on the emotions that we are selling out when we are branding. It's very important. So a brand is a product service that consumers can recognize. Is the sum total of company's products, service, identity, and the reputation. So it's everything encompassing. The name, the logo, the slogan, everything, and the customer experience. That is what makes a brand unique. So it's not about, most times women are focused on the product. We do this, what do you do? We talk about our products, but most times we should introduce our brands by the feeling we are giving. So you sit down and craft something for yourself. When they are asking, what do you do? Say, I make yam flour. Because what you do is beyond yam flour. It is not about yam flour. Or I package this, no. It is the feeling. By the time you craft it, even when you are feeling a grant form, you are not just going to say, I'm a producer of yam flour. You are crafting your brand in a way that it attracts people to you. Even the people that are trying to give you grants, they say, oh, this grant application stands out because you understand what the brand does. It's not just about the product. Okay, so what is the branding? What is branding? It is the process of creating a distinct identity and image for company or products in the mind of the consumer. When it comes to corporate branding, it's all about the consumer. It's not about you. The first one was about yourself, which is personal branding. But this second one is about the consumer. Every time you are putting your corporate brand together, it's about the customer, not you. So anything you want to do is not from your point of view. It's from the point of view of the consumer. That's why we always ask you do a research before you build a brand. What does the consumer want? What is their problem that you are trying to solve for them? Everything you produce will now be from the point of the consumer. Because most times we just do products, we have money, we just go ahead, I want to produce this, and you go ahead and just produce it. And then afterwards, you'll now be finding it difficult to sell it. Because you did not produce from the point of view of the consumer. So when you're building a brand, you build from the point view of the consumer. Who are the people I want to produce this for? What are their problems? What do they need? How can I use what I want to produce to solve this problem for them? Most times you don't do this research. You just go ahead to the market and start building a brand and bringing products to the market. So it doesn't work that way. So every time, make sure that the consumer is always the one on your mind. Okay, so it encompasses everything from the name and the logo to overall consumer experience and values. Branding is a process where a business makes itself known to the public and differentiates itself from the competitor. We're always competing with people. You are not the only one doing what you are doing. A lot of people are doing the same thing. But how do we stand out in the market? Is by branding, by being intentional about what we bring to the market, about what the consumer wants, about finding features that will separate us from other people that are doing the same things that we're doing. Okay, so why brand? Branding is beyond your logo and brand color. Your brand is the entire identity of your business. Branding gives your brand a personality and distinct features. Like I said, we are different from each other. When I speak, my voice is different from yours. So find the voice of your brand. Let your brand have a voice that is distinct in the market. When you are speaking on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on any social media platform, have a distinct voice, like what Uma tells us about personal brand. It's the same thing. When you want to, you are writing anything, have a voice, a particular distinct voice for your brand. That when you sound the same. If you want to choose a playful voice for your brand, choose it and stick to it. If you are going to be very formal about it, be formal about it. Don't just be going, people recognize you like that. They understand the brand the way you present it. So have a voice for your brand. Then number 2, it helps to create a strong presence that will get people's attention. When you brand, people are able to separate you from the crowd. A lot of people are doing what you are doing, but when you intentionally brand, you are separated from from the crowd. Then it helps you to create a memorable and lasting impression on your target audience. People are able to remember you. When you brand, they remember the color, they remember the things you do online on consistent basis. You're able to catch their attention. But if you're not consistent, today you appear this way, tomorrow your color is green, like I said, tomorrow you are purple, then tomorrow you are speaking playfully, then tomorrow you are speaking, you are serious. You are confusing the consumer. You are confusing the consumer. So you have to make up your mind how you want to sound and make sure that you hold on to it. And it helps to create a memorable impression in their mind. Then it projects the uniqueness of your brand and it helps you to stand out in a saturated market. That's what branding does. And we cannot stop. We have to keep doing it on a daily basis. Look at your brand on a daily basis and ask yourself questions. Is this how I want this to be? Can we do it better? What can we do differently? You keep consistently looking at your brand and seeing what you can do better, and you can rebrand always. If you say that things are not going the way you want, you can rebrand the brand. I know people that will change their logo completely, the colors of their brand completely, because at times the colors also have. You can't be like, for instance, somebody running like a creche for children. There are colors that are perfect for creche. You can't just go and bring maybe like gray for somebody that is running a creche. It is not beautiful enough for children. It is not, the font has to be playful and beautiful. Then you just go and put gray. Very boring. When parents see, they don't even feel like bringing their children there. They will run. Thank you very much. They will run. Because it doesn't fit. If I'm doing fashion, you can do red, you can do fuchsia pink, you can do, because they are colors that bring excitement. So don't just go and pick anything. Research. Most times we are very lazy as business owners or people that want to build brands. We are lazy. We don't want to do the research. We need to do it. And that is the only way we can start. Sit down and ask questions. Thinking is very hard. We don't like thinking. But you have to sit down and think, is this where I want to be? What I'm trying to build? Look at other brands that are doing the same thing. What colors are they using? What can I do to stand out? Those are questions we must ask ourselves on a daily basis so that we can stand out in the crowd. Then it helps you build a relationship with your target audience. It provides value for your employees. If you brand very well, your employees are happy to work with you. They are proud. You are working with what's the name of the brand you are working with? How do you feel about the brand? You are proud to be working here. That's what what's the name? Miracle Fit. What do you do? You see, it's not your brand, but it's not your personal, it's not your company, but the way you are talking about it, you are proud to be part of this. So when people are working with you and they are ashamed to talk about you, there's something wrong with your brand. Seriously, when people are working with you and they are proud, they are the ones that you even think they are the owner of the brand. If she didn't tell me now, I wouldn't have known that she's not the main owner of the brand. I would have thought it, but she was saying it confidently because she's happy to be associated with the brand. So if you want people to love working with you, but that's why some people cannot maintain staff. You always have high turnover because they don't like working with you. They don't understand the vision. They don't understand where the brand is going. They don't know what you're trying to do. But when you work on your brand, when you ask people to come in and work, they are happy to be part of it. They're even looking forward to be part of the team because you have built something beautiful for them to be part of. So if you want people to work with you and stay, I have had people that worked with me for 7 years before. 7 years. Until they got married and they relocated. So, so if you're doing that, they want to be part of it. They say, where are you working? They are proud to say it. I'm working so and so. But if you're not building a good brand, nobody wants to be associated with your brand. Okay? Who doesn't want to be associated with WAA? It's a brand. We are building a brand here. Global Ed. Are we not building a brand? We are building a brand. It's a brand, whether we like it or not. So there is a feeling for all of you to come here today. That means we did something right. If you look at us online and we didn't brand well, you say, who are these women? They just want to carry our money. That's the idea that we, because women, a lot of programs, you see women, they say these ones are not serious. But the way you see the women there, you saw that they are quality women, they are women of substance. So that is a brand. You want to be part of it because you saw what we have built together and say, I must be part of this. It's the same thing. You want people to be part of your brand, then you build something that is, that is reputable, that has your authenticity, that you can see that you're authentic. They want to be part of it. So let us build a brand like that. We shouldn't be lazy. Women, at times, they are laid back. You just say, this thing, I don't know about it. I don't know about social media. See, if you can't do it, get somebody to do it. Get somebody to work with you. And don't shy away from paying them what they are worth. Pay it, they will do the job. And you'll be happy for it.
You don't have to be the one doing everything, doing the branding. Get people on board that can do it, and then you can do other things. But you cannot run away from branding. You have to do it. It is the life of the business. Nobody's going to buy anything you are doing if they don't see, they are not authentic about what you are doing. They can't see it. Because people buy from brands they know, they can see, and they understand what they're trying to do, okay? So it tells the employees are happy, it tells people what to expect from you. It creates loyal and repeat customers. People want to come back. You know there's some brand. When you buy clothing from them, you still want to go back there again. It is not the clothing, it is how you feel. When I get to, somewhere like this, your dress is beautiful. It has registered in your brain. Next time you want to make an outfit, you're going to go back there. It is not the outfit, it is the compliment that you received that is making you go back. When you say, who made this clothes? Jay, I show you that. Hey, they're not going to go back there again. That means for those who don't understand Yoruba, that clothes is not good. That's what it means. They're not going to go back there again. So at times you wonder why we lose customers. At times you wonder why people are not coming. At times you wonder why we are not selling. It is all connected. It is all connected. So when we want people to keep coming, be intentional about your brand. It is very important. Because like I told before, it is not the product that you have. It is not the NGO that you are selling. It is the impact you are making with the NGO. It is the impact. If you are not making impact, then you are not going anywhere. It is the impact, and you must be able to show us the data. I have done 5,000 people. Show us the people. People make a lot of noise online and there's nothing. Show us the people you have impacted. They say, take us to the place you are able to take them there. That is what branding is about. You are authentic. You are not just putting pictures. People do it. But what we are saying here today is not about just putting pictures up. That is not true. Be authentic with what you are doing. It's part of branding. Very important. So it boosts your sales when you do good branding. How many of us does not want to sell here? You don't want to make money. Put your hand down. If you want to make money, put it up. Let me see your hand. You want to make money. Good money, not small money. Do we agree with me there are free money flying around? There is money. Do you know? Mm-hmm. There is money. Do you agree with me? Yes. There is money out there. But how you are going to be able to attract it to yourself and your NGO or your brand is how you package yourself. There is not. I'm not saying lie about what you are doing, but be authentic and put yourself out there. Like I told you in the beginning, they told us if it's not online, then you are not doing it. If you are doing it, put it there. It is not about bragging. Because that's the only way you can compete. So put it there. You are blessing women, 20 women. Put it there. I've done this and done that. Put it there. Let them see. And let them see that you are organized. And be accountable. Accountability is also very important. In building your brand, it's part of things that you're going to, people will ask you, what have you done? They gave you $10 million. Be able to show you spent it. Let there be records. Because that's what's going to open another door for you. Be authentic, be accountable. Very, very important. So, 4 values of branding. Brand identity, brand recognition, brand positioning, and brand visibility. Let's quickly run it. So, brand identity. This is the outward expression. A brand of a brand. Sorry, it is the sum total of the visual identity of the brand when your name is mentioned. Every time your brand is mentioned, there is an image in the mind of the customer. If I mention Coca-Cola, like I said, there's something running through your mind. There's nothing I mention in this place that you will not have one image about that thing. When you have bad feelings about something, when they mention the name, there's an image that will come, to your mind. Anything, any brand. If I say Apple, you will just remember, maybe laptop or real Apple that you can. So something will come. So every time your brand name is mentioned, there is an image that sticks to the mind of the consumer. So I don't know what that image is. Whether it is good, whether it's bad. But you know that every feeling they have about your brand is the experience they've had with that brand that will stick. So if I buy food from you, and I always love your food, every time they mention your brand, I can mention some brands in Nigeria like that food, like, let me see, one of the brands that is no more, Mr. Biggs. I think are they still alive? They are still alive. Are they still alive? Are they still, really? They are still, where? I know. They do. In some cities, they are no more existing. You know that? Yes. They are not as popular, thank you, ma, as they used to be. Why? There was a time that they were the talk of the town. But what happened to the business? If you go in and buy, I have had several experiences. Their food is not just changed, and then you just don't have good feeling about it after a while. So it affects the brand on the long run. If people come in and they keep, having interaction with you and the feeling is always bad, they're always complaining, you are denting the brand. Eventually, it's going to, you're going to become obsolete. That's what's going to happen. So,
And we have some brands that are like Chicken Republic is everywhere now. You can recognize that. Does anybody like eating their food? Which one do you like exactly? What? Fried rice. Okay. For me, it's the beans and the rice and the beans. I like the rice and beans. How many of us like the rice and beans? Yes. So that's the only reason I go to Chicken Republic. Only the rice and beans. That's why I go there. So there is something that will always make people to come, gravitate towards your brand. So as you are seated there, if it's NGO you are running or you are running your business, what is that reason that customers, keeps coming back? And if once you have low number of customers, you have to check in what is going on. Something is going wrong. That is why the number is going low. So the brand identity is important. There is a picture in the mind of the consumer every time your brand name is mentioned. So what comes to the mind? The value you bring to the table as a brand is your identity. What value are you bringing to the table? That's what the customer understands. It's not about, I'm a caterer, I do this. What feeling do they have about you? And that value is why people will keep doing work, gravitating towards your brand. Okay, so, sorry. Okay, number one, have we done that? I think you jumped my slides. There should be something after this. Okay, go back. Okay, let's go on from here. So focus area in brand. Okay, you are right. Focus area in the brand identity, the name of the brand. Don't put names that people will have, tongues will be twisting before they can call it. Every good brand, every big brand that we know, have you seen very long names? The only thing you can see, maybe at like they say Coca-Cola or Zara. Something easy to say. Don't take something and Sons and it's too long. Something short that people can easily remember is very, very important. The name of the brand is as important as the brand itself. It must be easy to pronounce, easy to remember, easy to attract attention. Your logo is very, very important. At times when you see some logos, you'll be confused. You are trying to understand what the logo is about. The drawing is too much. You don't even know what. It's very simple. Let it be very simple and very classy. I love Madame's own. It's the head of a lion, straightforward. There's no need to be thinking about it. So let us, at times some of us when we want to start these businesses, we just go ahead and tell the printer or whatever it is to just design one logo. You can rebrand. You can redo the logo that it will make sense to whoever is looking at it with your brand color. So it's a combination of text and icons. It must be bold, strong enough to command attention. It must not just be beautiful, but meaningful. Let it, when I see the logo and see, can you repeat the brand name again? The lion is there. It's not that I'm looking at the lion and there's nothing there. I'm just wondering, what is this lion about? But it's so straightforward. The way she said it. So it's very important. So the brand colors, you said that. Always remember that everything must match. It must match what your brand is about. It must communicate what your brand stands for. It distinguishes your business from your competitor. The meaning of brand colors, look at it, they are there. Red is excitement, strength, love, and energy. Orange talks about confidence, success, bravery, and sociability. So if you're a bank, you know what to choose. If you're somebody into catering, you know what to choose. If you're somebody doing NGO, know what to choose. Don't just be jumping all over the place and picking different colors. So it's very important. So you can research that. Let's move on. We can research all that. Go and look for your color because it brings emotion in the mind of the consumer. So our brand color depicts our brand personality. It's a combination of the quality of your brand exhibit. Certain color evokes some specific emotions. These are colors that are suitable for certain businesses. I've said that. Fast food can do yellow and red. Yellow stimulates appetite, happiness, and friendliness. So you choose the color that matches what you do. I've said all this. We can move on. So number 4, your brand packaging. Packaging is also very important when you're branding. Don't put something in a nylon that when people carry like this. Before they take one step, the old nylon, everything they bought is on the floor. So let us be mindful of the packaging. In fact, some people can just be coming to you because the way you package, they just love it. You can use packaging to sell your business. They just say, they'll be telling others, have you seen our packaging? That woman can package. Or I buy food from you. Before I get to my house, the whole food is all the oil and everything is in my car. You need to do, package properly to also sell your brand. Very important. So both the content and container are important. It must be attractive and resonate with target audience. Coca-Cola keeps changing their bottle. We said, why are they changing bottles? They've been here like forever and they're still branding. They're changing bottles so that they can, they're trying to stick to our mind, and they're trying to renew what they do. They want it to be beautiful. They want you to love it. Some people can't leave Coca-Cola because of that. I stopped drinking it in a while, but some people still can't stop drinking it because they won't stop advertising. They will put bottle and see somebody drinking and very thirsty and feels, they are very cool with drinking it. So it's our mind they are trying to catch. They want to keep buying it because if we stop buying, then they stop making money. So if you have any products, keep doing that. Then brand collaterals, your flyers, your posters, call card. If I give you my call card, see this one, very beautiful and very nice. Touch it, ma. When you put it in your bag, the thing has already, it has folded, it has broken, it has torn. Before you get home, where will you put, if I see this card, I'm going to take good care of it. Touch the quality. You give me your card and thing is already, by the time I get home, it's squeezed in my bag. If I get home, I'll just remove it and... But the card is so good. The texture, the quality is so good. I don't want to throw it anywhere. I want to keep it very well. So these are part of our brand collaterals. Be very careful because at times these things go very far where you can never go. Your flyer will go very far. You cannot get there. I'm telling you, the reason we use this color is because you will not be able to do that because the flyer is already speaking about your brand and you cannot be there to defend yourself. So that's why you must be careful. Everything you create for your business, make sure, because you don't know, this card, we don't know how far it can go. It can end up somewhere that we say, oh, what does this person do? Miracle Fit, what do they do? Oh, I would like to. And the quality of the card even attracts me. Not the one that part of it has torn and you're trying to read the name. Is it Miracle? Is it you don't know what is on it. So it's very, very important. Don't take it lightly. Very important. All your collaterals, your flyers, it is part of branding. It's speaking classiness, speaking, you are very intentional, showing that you're an intentional person and they know that you love quality. Very, very important. So do not create what will misrepresent you. Let them speak on your behalf. Very, very important. Okay, so brand recognition is the ability of the consumer to identify a specific brand by its attributes over others. The major purpose of branding is for your potential customer to recognize your brand. People will buy only from brands they know. We've already said that. So brand recognition is a concept used in advertising and marketing. It is considered successful when people are able to recognize your brand visuals like logos, slogans, packaging, and colors, even before they see the name. Very important. A brand is recognized by its logo and taglines and all. So this brand, collaterals are very important. Everything we do must show that we are intentional about our brand. Brand positioning is the process of establishing a unique and valuable place in the mind of the consumer. Everything we are doing is just to capture the mind of the consumer. That is the purpose for branding. We want them to remember us also. Every time they need something in a particular area, your name or your brand name should be first name that will come to their mind. If by the time they're thinking of 5 other people that does what you do, yours must be one of the brands. That is how intentional we must be with building our brands. So whenever somebody needs to make maybe an outfit and say, oh, which tailor can I go to? Your name should be the first to jump on their mind. Oh, I need somebody to do laundry for me. Your laundry outfit should be the first that will jump on their mind. And if we don't do this, we cannot get there. We will just always be complaining, oh, things are not going well. Women can complain, but we are not doing what we ought to do. This is a call for us to sit down and be intentional about our corporate branding. Because you are competing with a lot of people. You are not the only one doing what you do. So on a daily basis, sit and think about your brand. What can I do differently? So brand positioning comes through highlighting unique benefits and differentiating qualities of a brand. It captures the customer's value proposition. So what value are you bringing? Are you proposing to bring to the table, to the customer? Brand positioning is a marketing strategy that a company uses to promote the value their brand brings to the market to capture the target audience. Brand positioning reinforces your unique selling points and projects your emotional benefits. So for you to be able to position yourself in the mind of the consumer, you have to do all this. It's very important. Part of brand positioning is creating your organization's tagline. We have short things. How many of us have taglines and slogans? Taglines, thank you. If you don't have one, please research it. Get one for yourself. A slogan and a tagline, it just, summarizes what the company does. Check online. There is no big brand that does not have it. Check Google, even Google has its own. Check BBC, check all the big brands. They have taglines and slogans. You must have your own. Very, very important. It captures what you are doing in your company in a simple sentence. Very important. So if you don't have one, please go and create a tagline and a slogan for your company. Okay? So it can be words like, what are you about? Simple, like classy, elegant, eclectic, joy, royalty, distinctive, beauty, flawless, perfection, comfort, confidence, and style. This is what you are selling. Sorry, take it back. This is what you are selling. So if you are selling anything as a brand, it's either you are selling classiness, your elegance, you're selling some joy, you are giving joy. You know, you want your customers to feel like the royalty, distinct, beauty, flawlessness. That is what you are selling. That is the product. That is the feeling we are selling. So we create everything we create with that in mind. So anything you are creating, anything you are building, have something in your mind that you are trying to, achieve, and be clear about it. So it directs everything you do. It leads you in the path that you should go. You are not jumping around. You are clear. You have clarity about what you want to achieve, and what you want the customer to see about the brand. Next slide. So the last one is brand visibility. Brand visibility is important to the success of a brand because people are more likely to buy from a brand they know. So important for brand visibility creates trust. People trust you, brings sales and financial value, enhances advertisement of the brand, promotes authenticity and credibility, and inspires the employee. That's what visibility does for you. People see you, people know you, people trust you, people believe in what you are bringing to the market, and they follow through to buy things that you bring, or even do business with you. So how to build a brand visibility? Create your marketing goals. Who, where, what, when. This 5 things that I wrote here is very, very important. Anything you are doing, anything you are building, you must be able to answer this question clearly. Who are the people that you are trying to, service? Be clear. When you know the target audience, you research them, you know what they need. You'll be able to build what they want exactly. That question is important. Where are they? Where are they that you're trying to build this thing from? What do they need? When you want to, provide, when you will be providing service, and how do you want to deliver this value? These things are important. Any business, if you can answer these 5 questions very well, clearly, they wake you like this, and you're able to say, I know the customer, the consumer, I know the problem they have, I know where I can find them, I know how they want this, what they want, their desire delivered, and when they want it. Then you will struggle a lot with whatever it is you are building, because you must be able to answer that. That is the crux of it. These questions are the foundation of any business that will grow. Who are the people? You must know the target audience. What do they want? What are you going to package for them? And that means you've researched them. You know what they want. So it helps you to build your brand properly. But if you can't answer this thing, you have any business, I would advise you to close it down and restart. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I've been there before. I'm talking from experience. You just have 10 years going, you can't answer these questions. You are just doing like chameleon. When somebody does something, you copy. This one does, I think this one works, you copy. This one works, you copy. You keep doing that for years until you just find out that this business is not doing well. We have a lot of women that are running businesses that are not doing well because they cannot answer these questions. I see a lot, especially even the startups. There are so plenty of them that if you ask them, who is the target audience? They don't know, and they want to build a brand. How do you want to build a brand when you don't know who you are trying to, who the target audience is? Then where are they? Where can I find them? What is the need that they have? When? How do I plan to deliver this value? Do I want to be doing it online? Do I want to be doing it, offline? Do I want to be, how do you want to package it? These are questions you must answer. Use the right marketing tools. That means be on the right social media. If you are doing something that you should be on Facebook, be on Facebook. If you are supposed to be on LinkedIn, be on LinkedIn. Be in the right places where people can actually find you. Don't be when you're supposed to be on LinkedIn and you're on Instagram. Then you're wasting. You'll be complaining. Things will not work because your brand is not supposed to be there. If you're running NGO here, you should be on LinkedIn. How many of you have LinkedIn pages? Good one, I'm not talking about working LinkedIn pages that are working very well. It's very important. You have to be there. I've gotten several opportunities from LinkedIn pages. I have co-written a book with somebody that I did not know from anywhere. I have gotten a job and somebody said, can you do this for me? I saw the person, I did the job, and I never met them. So there are opportunities there. And the people are reading profiles. They are reading profiles. They are looking for people they can collaborate with, they can support. There are angel investors on LinkedIn that they love what you do and they can chat you up and say, oh, you do this, how can we collaborate with you? They are there. But if you are not there, that's where your opportunity is. And you are on Instagram, you are dancing on Instagram. I don't understand it. I mean, some people you just live where they're supposed to be and they're the wrong place. So find the one that works for you and be where you ought to be. LinkedIn, if you're running NGO here, you must be on LinkedIn. Comment on people's posts, write your own post, be consistent about it. The right people will be attracted to what you're doing. They will find you. I'm telling you, I've had several experiences from that. People that say, can you do this for me? Just reading my profile. So go and optimize your LinkedIn page. That's the word. Optimize your LinkedIn page. Let your profile be solid. Put all the right things there, your academic, your whatever it is, your experiences and everything. I am telling you, do it. And then you tell me that you will find the right people that will locate you. Do it. So optimize your LinkedIn page is very important. So create your marketing goals and all. Use the right marketing. Measure your progress. Because most time we don't do monitoring and evaluation. Always do that when you're branding. Where are we now? Where can we go? What are we doing wrong? What can we do better? Those, we need to do it. Most times we just keep running. We don't ask questions. Why is everything like this? Why are we not making enough sales? What can we do to scale? What can we do to improve? What are the new products we can introduce? We must always keep asking those questions and evaluating what we are doing and doing appraisal. It is part of branding. Create consistent messages across borders. If you are speaking on LinkedIn, the same way you must speak. Let the voice have a distinct voice and keep to it. Okay? So that's how to build brand visibility. Do consistent appraisal. I've said how many people you got in touch with that got in touch with the brand. Like she said, we don't have emails, and that's the truth. Create a Google form that you're going to be using to collect, data. When people come, give them, let them fill it, so that you have your emails. Any contact we have with people, let's gather emails so that we can be able to have our own, reach. There's a grant that I filled maybe like last week, and 5 of the questions out of the grant is, do you have emails? How many emails do you have? Like 5 questions on email. I was wondering why are they asking me for email and all that? But from Uma's presentation, I now saw why they were asking questions for email, because it's important. We don't have anything. Once, like she said, we are borrowing all these things. When they crash, then that's the end of everything. So we need to be intentional. That's one thing I took away from on the class. I'm going to be intentional with my emails. So we need to be, seriously, you must write, capture everybody that ever comes, in contact with your business. So find the right platform. I've said that for your business. So in conclusion today, branding is not just about the brand collaterals, not your color, not your logo. It's the entire emotions the brand is selling to the customer that keeps them coming back. Branding is not a one-off experience. It's a continual process that keeps the brand alive in the mind of the consumer. So we have to, it's hard work, but we have to do it. We have to be doing it consistently. I've been running my business for 30 years, and I keep learning something new that I can do. Today I've learned about my emails, and I'm going to do it. So, and it's going to enhance what I'm doing. So I don't know what you're taking away from here. It's a lot, but take one and run with it. That this, as I'm speaking, I said there will be 1 or 2 areas you can identify for yourself that I need to do this. Just pick that. If that's the only area you can pick it, work with it, and work on it. And I'm telling you, you get a better brand for it. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Our great speaker for today. Hey, ladies. We are here to learn, unlearn, relearn, right? That was powerful. How are you building your brand? Doctor, can I ask, is the brand the same as trademark? Okay, all right. Ladies, how are we building our brands? There is no branding without what? Without brand. What are we trying to protect? Because sometimes we might be branding something which is not worth a branding. So this time around, I want you to ask questions to the doctor and also the first facilitator, the first speaker. So ladies, let us shower questions to our presenters. I see a hand. Can we have Mike going around the room? So because of time, I think you will pardon me. We just need to take maybe not more than 6 questions. All right, so I see a hand here. Okay, yeah, you can take a mic. Do we have another mic? Maybe we are busy winking at a girl in the dark, thinking that we are doing the right thing. Yes, madam. Talk to us.
Thank you, Doc. My name is Linda. I'm a Kenyan. I run an CBO known as Solidarity with Children with Disability Initiative. We basically recycle plastic into reusable sanitary towels. So when you talk about the branding, I wanted to ask you, say that we need to put it in the public domain, what you're doing. But in my case, we deal with children, and because of the child protection policy and child safeguarding, we find it difficult to put children on the public domain, because most of my targeted population are adolescent girls. We basically use the sanitary towels to return them back to school based on the UNICEF data, whereby children in sub-Saharan Africa, and also adolescent girls with disability, don't access school because of sanitary towels. So because I deal with the vulnerable population, I find it very challenging to put them in the public domain. Even if you look at our website, we don't have plenty pictures because of the child protection issue. So how do I go about that? Yeah. So I also wanted you to go through this and help me see, this is our brand. Nyadhi pads basically means pride in Luo. So is it okay? Yeah, I'll appreciate it. Thank you.
So there is power of storytelling. There's power of storytelling. You don't have to put pictures there. People love to read. You can just put a picture of this part and you tell stories. You don't have to show the children, you don't have to show any, but people love stories. Africans even love stories more. So you have to learn how to tell your brand story. It's very important. It's part of branding. You have to learn how to tell the story. It's from the story that at times you attract the people. In fact, a lot on LinkedIn. When you tell stories, you see a lot of people read. I think my last post this week is about 7,000 people that loved it. And it's a story. It's not even my story. The person was talking about educational system, and people, graduate from school, they cannot practicalize what they learn. So I took it and I wrote a story about how I have interns that come in to come and work, but I find out that at the end of the day, they can't bring anything to the table. They don't know whether practical or theory, nothing. And you wonder, they spent like 2 years in the university and they cannot do anything. So we're talking about our educational system is obsolete. We need to do something about it. And a lot of people commented on it. So you could do things like that. Who would not want to read stories about, this is something interesting. It's not the normal sanitary towel we see. This is specially for our people. So people will definitely want to read. So the power of storytelling is important. You must learn how to tell your story in a way that you attract people. So you don't have to put pictures, but you can still, attract the right attention. Thank you.
Sorry, hi. I couldn't stop putting my hand up because I firstly want to commend you, young lady. Congratulations for protecting the voiceless. I get very emotional when I come to platforms where people do not have the awareness that we need to protect our young ones. You're welcome to stand here. I just wanted to give you some advice. So firstly, I believe in what I've been doing under the auspice. Firstly, I believe strongly that all these women in these rooms need to perhaps endorse you by making your videos. If you're brave enough, that 60 seconds that Uma talked about, we are women. We should be brave enough and tell other ladies how difficult it is to be a female. And other than that, we don't need the children to be in those photos. But I am very proud of you because it takes a strong person to know that a child should never be exploited. So thank you for doing that. And number two, I endorse you. So if you need anything from me, I will help you. Okay?
Thank you so much. We are here to connect, to network. Thank you so much, madam. Another question? Maybe quick. Okay. Ekene.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, and thank you for the previous speaker. I just want to also add, in addition to, my name is Dr. Ekene Isika Akwa. I'm from Abuja, Nigeria. I'm the Regional Senior Program Field Officer for Miracle Fit. It was my complimentary card she held up. We support indigenous NGOs to provide free club food treatment clubfoot is the congenital abnormality that you see like this, like the club of a golf. So we'll talk about that later. I just wanted to add to, because I'm also a child safeguarding specialist, and yes, it's very good that and very important that we protect children. However, just like Uma talked about, sometimes we still need videos, sometimes we still need voices. So for exceptional cases, there was one CNN stuff I was watching, they were interviewing a Taliban or an ex-Taliban, and his wife backed. I mean, maybe I'd seen it before, but it didn't strike me. The person that was being interviewed backed us, and then was, in addition, covered with a black veil. So, yeah, even though the voice was there, but what are the odds that you can identify someone? But sometimes it makes it, and we should also start not feeling ashamed about the period. We'll get there. I mean, it's baby steps. So if a child, I see on Instagram, there are many child ambassadors coming up. There's one they call Zahra Licious. I follow her on IG. I started following her when she was little. Now she speaks. She was in UN. She was doing something in New York. You know, let's start also building that confidence to let our daughters be able to. I want to have a pack of that and show my 2 daughters. They should be able to speak. And just like she said, if she posts something online, we should endorse it, repost. That's another way to reduce stigma. So, but my question now is, so yeah, that was me responding to that. My question is, I'm an employee, I still work for someone, and sometimes you find out that your brand is, I mean, if you go to my LinkedIn, it's all about the work I do. I'm very proud of the work that I do. So how can you, but then I resonate with your brand. When you were reading out your 3 Vs, they were similar to mine. I do a lot of women empowerment. If I see someone outside, I'm going to ask you to open your LinkedIn right on the streets. I want to see your online presence. I want to review your CV. I tell you, oh, send me your CV. I do all that. I want people to leave me better than they met me. So, but how can I combine all that, but I'm still under like an organization and stuff? So that's actually my question. Thank you very much.
Okay, that's a great question. Thank you for connecting with me on LinkedIn.
Yes, I already did.
Okay, so yes, when I had a corporate career, so I spoke about my work. But when you talk about your work, I think it's important to, I wrote a LinkedIn post recently about how all the traditional corporate updates on LinkedIn is now dead on arrival. You know, dead on arrival means people are not reading and they're not engaging. It's dead. So, because the old way of writing your corporate updates, you were a new job, I went on this trip, I met this partner, we won this customer. It's all like all the other noise on LinkedIn now. So so what I said is that we should rewrite it and say, yes, you know, today I joined this company and it's my first day and I really struggled with this. But what I learned is this. So you humanize it, and that's where your values can come through your corporate updates. So you integrate it. Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays are good days to write about your personal passion projects, your passions. Every Sunday, I write about perimenopause, right? But I link it back to women in the workplace, because women are leaving workplaces because they think something's wrong with them, but actually it's their bodies and hormones. I don't want women to leave, right? So I write to normalize it. So you can write, Friday is always a good day to write something very light. You know, maybe something with your family, maybe something that was funny. It's a very light post. Saturday, Sunday, you can write about your passion. Just choose Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can write anything you want. But Mondays to Thursday, I highly recommend you write about your work and what you want to be known for, and you can integrate them. You can integrate the voice. So if anyone is not sure and you want to try this, I will give you free help, and you can you can come and write it and show it to me in the next 3 days. You told me to announce this earlier and I forgot. Anybody who wants a one-on-one with me, you're welcome to book that. How do they book that? How do they book a one-on-one with me? Is that on Friday or Thursday or? You asked me to say this, right? Yeah. But what day do I do it?
I do suggest the last day.
Which is Thursday?
Yes.
Thursday, okay. Yeah. Thursday, yeah, because I'm not doing anything on Thursday. So anyone who wants a one-on-one, maybe Kim, I might need your help to just do some scheduling. So Kim is my brilliant PR, social media, community manager. So go to Kim and say, I want 30 minutes with Uma. I charge $800 an hour to speak with me. So if you want anything, you want me to look at your posts, you want any coaching, whatever, I'll give it for free while I'm here. So just book the time. I hope I answered your question. Okay. Do you want to try writing one? Just okay. Do you want to draft that and I look at it so you post it on Friday? Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So what we'll do tomorrow and moving forward, we will also, at the registration point, you will also make an indication of who you really want to follow up with. So it could be with Umar or Dr. Tony Smooth or even the speakers yet to speak. So you make a note to say that, or you want to speak to, yes, to the lion here. Yeah, so you will just indicate that at the registration point. I hope that all of you would want to speak to people that you really align with your values. Yeah, so I think the next, Maj, you wanna ask a question? Yeah. I think she will be the last. Where is Trisha? Oh, yeah. No, I cannot do that. You are elegantly dressed. You are the one that is fit to do this, my sister. Yes, please take your mic.
So I think we need to wrap up this session. Okay, the last speaker. Oh, yeah, I saw you. You must be the last.
Okay,
you are the first to raise the hand up.
Hello. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I have a question. Someone who has had a strong passion for the work of STEAM, the science, technology, engineering, art, design, and math. And my work has spanned 4 continents, yes, Asia, the US, Europe, and now here. The question I ask, I really have for any of the panelists is, as women, we wear so many different hats, many times because of circumstances. And the question is, how do you, I have a for-profit and a foundation. So I often find it challenging to balance the balancing act in terms of my for-profit and my not-for-profit. So maybe can anyone help me? Because I think this is where, I'm so passionate about what I'm doing in terms of grooming the new generation. I had an opportunity of even working with Laura Bush when she was First Lady with a pilot program. So it's such a strong passion of mine in terms of grooming the digital native generation. But I struggle with the balancing act for my for-profit and not-for-profit. Please help.
Can you define what balance means to you?
Well, I would say so I don't go too much on one side and leave the other undone. You know, put too much emphasis on one and then I'm leaving the other undone. This is where I struggle.
Do you have a team on both sides?
Small team on both sides.
So I ran a for-profit large business in tech, and then I had the non-profit, which is 100% volunteers. So they don't even get paid. So, you know, I had to motivate them to do work, right? They have no reason to listen to me. The 800 people had to listen to me because I pay them. So the balancing act for me is that the nonprofit was my bigger purpose and why, right? And so it does come down to late nights and weekends. And a lot of it, you are the founder? Yes. Yeah. So the reality is there is a founder's dilemma, right? Which is everything will fall back to you, right? At one point, I had 200 volunteers. Then after the pandemic, I had 0. So then you start again, right? That is the cost that you take to do that. And you keep rebuilding over and over again. So the biggest lesson for me is, number one, is to be kind to yourself. Because you cannot do everything. And if you choose to give your time and energy to something, then know that you are not going to give it to something else. Is it your family? Is it your job? Number two, I also realized that I didn't need to work as hard in my for-profit. I think women, we overperform, right? The average man is doing half of what we're doing and is getting paid the same, if not more. So we are paddling, you know, we're like this iceberg, right? or the duck, you know, we're like paddling so hard. So then I decided, I'm not going to work so hard. And guess what? Nothing changed. So I'm going to challenge you, if you need to work as hard, and be willing to let some things break and let your team carry it for you. Because we also have a hard time to let go, right? So I had to learn to empower my team on the for-profit side even more. I give you an example. Because I ran 48 markets, right, I need to be on global calls. And one of the things I did was I stopped going to global calls. I just stopped. I figured if it was so important and they need my decision, I'm going to get a call the next morning when I wake up. So I sent my team. And it's great for them because they get to sit with all these people and learn how to, you know, eventually do some of my job. I'm a big believer in succession planning, so I don't know who is going to succeed you, right? That's the first thing I think about on day one. And I have at least 2 that I don't care if they're not there yet, but I'm thinking of these 2 people. Those are the 2 that I will give more responsibility, and they're more than happy to take it because it signals one day they will get my job, right? So that was the other big lesson that I had to learn. I hope that's helpful. It's not a magic pill, but those were hard decisions I took myself. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so for me, I also have, in fact, I have more than, I can't count. There are some people in this room that know. I think I have like 6 initiatives. Yes. I have a mentoring platform for young women. And I recruited 40 women to mentor 40 young women. So it's collaboration and structure. To NGO like it's a business, and you create structure for it. Anything that does not have structure, you will struggle with it. Whether it's business, whether it's NGO, whether it's anything, you have to sit down and create a structure intentionally so that it can work. It can have a life of its own, and you don't have to be in the center of everything, like Uma said. Because if you're running here, how many do you want to do? You can't do everything. But you'll be amazed that after that too, you could still have another idea that you are going to create something else. So are you going to cut yourself into 3 places? You cannot. So you need people the gift of people, gift of men that can work with you. So you create systems and structure for each initiative so that they can run by themselves. I'm here, my business is going, I don't have to be there. They know what to do because there is a structure. So when you are running in and running out, that means that business is not structured. That NGO is not structured. But you have the gift of that understands the vision, you share it with them, they understand it, then you create everybody. Structure means everybody on your team, even if they are volunteers or they are permanent, they know what to do. They know, have a role, however small. Somebody, so that the balls are not dropping. Little part, I'm doing this person is doing this. So everybody knows. Like I'm running a platform I have 5 coordinators on another group. They are the ones that coordinate everything. They are the engine of the whole, and then we have the 40 women. So there is somebody that is communicating. I'm not the one, I practically, sorry, don't do anything. The only thing is that I created the system. So there are people in the system that makes it work. And we have reports that they give. This is every month. How did whatever go, so that we can look at the statistics and see if it's working, it's not working. It is all about structure. So that is why you need to sit down, create structures for the initiatives, and you'll find that you will not be even doing anything. I'm telling you the truth. Try it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Last question from there. I know maybe if I don't give you a chance, you might be like, Teresa. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. So good afternoon, everyone. I want to say a very big thank you to Omar. I hope I got that name well. I've also followed you, and also Mrs. Smith for the personal and corporate branding. For me, this is just the beginning. I've been working for close to 30 years now, for 25 years plus, as a banker, and I'm transiting too, just the same way you did from corporate to now being an entrepreneur. So I'm really blessed to be here. And talking about, I hear people say NGO, 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 and I was thinking in my heart that can we just also look at doing other things? Because for me, and I have my partner here, I got onto this platform, courtesy of her. So shout out to her too. Engineer Flora, thank you so much for bringing me here. We are looking at also women that are retiring. We've been thinking around retire R. Retire R does not mean that retire to just go home, where we can retire and not get tired. We are looking at R in the sense that people that are burnt out, people that want to do something differently, people that are suffering from maybe their relationships. How can we retire them? To R. R is to health, to retire early, and then to, wealth, richness. So my question for you, Omar, is this. Now, developing a personal branding, and thank you so much for starting from your story. That's really, really caught me. Because you said when there's no story, there's no brand. So thank you for that story that you shared. I want to ask, for somebody like me who is transiting from corporate into, personal, I've really tried over the years to find myself, to define my personal brand. And that's why I really appreciate those 5 tips that you gave. And one thing that really stood out for me was when you said that, can you tell this story for the rest of your life? And that is a tip for me. But my question is, if I'm able to find my voice, on what platform can I share it? Is it compulsory that I share it on only one platform? Or can I replicate the same story? Can I replicate the same story over all the platforms that we have, all the social media platforms? Thank you.
Okay, well, stay here. Firstly, I think you found your voice.
Thank you.
So, the question to ask is, where is your audience hanging out? So who is your audience?
People that are middle-aged, retiring, or near retiring. Yes, women.
So where are they hanging out?
Mostly, I think they will be on either LinkedIn or Facebook.
Yeah. Okay. Those are the 2 platforms you start with. And yes, you can replicate the same thing. Yeah. You can do videos on both. You can do the same thing. You can repurpose. Use ChatGPT. Put in your content and say, rewrite this for this audience on this platform 5 different ways, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Ladies, let us learn to be brief in our questions. So when you're asking our presenters, be brief so that we may keep time. This time around, we have wrapped up that session. This time around, we are coming to another session of breakout sessions. However, because of time, we are not breaking out. The speakers, we just invite the speakers to come in front and present to us. So please, when you are asked to ask questions, be brief and straightforward. These presenters are with us here throughout the week, so we still have more time to interact with them. This time around, I would like to invite the global head, Madam Mildred, to come in front, and also Madam Obola Musiwa to come in front. These ladies are going to talk about the breaking the silence as ladies. What should we do? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that wonderful emceeing. So as we've all heard, my name is Mildred Opondo, all the way from Kenya, and I'm going to take us through the session of breaking the silence. I know most of us here, we are very loud, but some of us are still silent. And I know inside this room there are people who are silent. You are having something and you fear talking about. So as my counterpart is coming, let us just break the silence as we begin. So who knows what GBV is in full? What is GBV? Aloud. I didn't hear you. Okay. It affects which gender? Do we have a specific gender? Do we have a specific gender? No, that is true. Aha, then after knowing that GBV is gender-based violence, then you come to realize that it does not affect only one gender, but it affects all genders. But we have one gender that is prone in Africa, mostly, because of our cultural background, because of our values, because of our upbringing. So, this gender that is prone in Africa is female. Sorry? Prone in what? As victims. As victims. So we find that as ladies, we are prone as victims. And children. But children will be mostly affected because it is us mothers who are affected. And since we are affected, maybe we cannot cook for them, so we'll suffer more. These children, nobody will be cooking for them. And because we can't wash our clothes and their clothes, who will be doing the washing? The children. So they become as the second victims after the first victim. Are we together? Yes, so in this session, we're going to talk about breaking the silence and talking about this gender-based violence and finding ways. How can we talk about it? Because one thing that interests me is that gender-based violence is really it's non-class. Because even women in corporate are still going through GBV. But they can't talk about it because what will my workmates say? What will my family say? So I have to keep quiet with this because I don't want anyone to know that my family is breaking. But in real sense, it had broken long time ago. And you are suffering. You are keeping silent for the sake of, I don't know what. Is that true? Does it only affect the low class? Does it only affect the middle class? So it cuts across all the classes. So one thing that you want to know is, when you are experiencing gender-based violence, I want us to know or to talk about it. Is it good to talk about it, and when is it right to talk about it? Anyone with an idea? This one is an interactive session. We are supposed to be having breakouts, but I didn't want to have breakouts. I want to hear everyone's opinion so that we can share together. Yes, my lady.
Apologies, I do not want to give anyone my back. I'm Trevor Noah here in Nigeria because I think the sister has not stopped laughing ever since I started speaking. So very important question. Thank you for asking that question. As a survivor and as a victor in a vessel right now, I choose as an adult to speak, but as a child I couldn't.
Very, very important. Thank you for that voice.
Je vais m'expliquer en français. Ma sœur va interpréter après. Je suis... elle va interpréter. Oui. Je m'appelle Priscille Moquet.
She's called Priscille Moke.
Je viens de l'Est du Congo,
She's from the west of Congo,
là où la guerre fait rage.
where there is a serious war.
La VGB, nous la vivons du jour au lendemain.
La VGB, that's VGB.
VGB.
Yeah,
Nous la vivons du jour au lendemain.
makes them to, they don't sleep because they're thinking of the next day.
Chaque jour, chaque heure, nous enregistrons des cas, des bébés,
Every
des
day,
filles,
every hour, they registered cases of children, girls,
des vieillards.
old.
Donc, ce que nous vivons là-bas, c'est vraiment avec beaucoup d'atrocités que je prends ce micro pour transmettre la voix et les salutations de toutes les femmes violées de mon pays. Et je demande de vous mettre 1 minute en mémoire de toutes les femmes violées, en mémoire de toutes les femmes qui ont perdu la vie parce qu'ils ont été créés
What they
femmes.
see there every day, it's horrible, and she wants us to stand up and give a moment to all the women who have been raped in Congo and who are living miserably because of the acts of violence.
Chère maman,
Dear mothers,
chères dames,
dear women,
nous sommes tous ensemble ici.
we are all together here.
Nous vous demandons
We are asking
de tout faire pour lutter pour ces jeunes femmes que nous laissons
to do
derrière
everything
nous.
for the young women that are back behind in DRC.
Je vous remercie beaucoup
I thank you
d'avoir
all so much
choisi
to
ce
choose
thème
this-
ici
this
parce que
mission.
en venant,
Because while she was coming,
j'avais une image
she had an image,
d'une fille de 12 ans
a 12-year-old
qui a
girl
été atrocement violée,
that was
que je ne peux pas
horribly-
vous montrer ici
that
parce
was
que
horribly,
ça risque de me créer les problèmes. Je vais manquer là où je vais
she cannot
revenir.
expose the picture here because
Mais-
it might cause her a problem.
Nous demandons à tous
But she's
de
asking
lutter
of all
contre la VGB basée sur
to
nous.
stand up against
Merci
rape
beaucoup.
and violence. Thank you so much.
Merci beaucoup, je vous remercie beaucoup.
Thank you all so much.
It's a big task on us women. And I stand here as a survivor as well. And it's crazy out there. It is crazy out there. And I have people who know my story here. I see, Professor, I don't know if you are shedding tears for me. My younger sister is also here. But one thing I know about violence is silence protects the abuser. Silence protects the abuser. And I think more than ever before, I will just go in the line of a little bit of my story, and maybe that would help some of us. And that was how I transitioned from an accountant to a psychotherapist. So I think I see a lot of women, children, you know, and it's quite big. And I think the harder thing here is the women in these circumstances find it very hard to leave because they are actually not empowered financially. And so this man wouldn't want them to work, wouldn't want them to be independent. You know, I remember I left, I live in Canada, by the way, when I left Nigeria. I think I started my ICANN. And I got to Canada, and my husband said, over my dead body, will you be a chartered accountant? And he said, because you would not listen to me when I tell you. So he seized all of my documents. Then, I think I got high blood pressure I almost died, by the way. I died and came alive several times. But the basic thing here is, when a man knows that you are a threat when you're independent, there is a big problem. And so I advocate for women, be empowered. I think that's the first thing. Be empowered. Find something to do. Do something with your hands. Do something with your time. So that if anything happens, you're able to sustain yourself. Okay? So I'm standing here. I lived in the shelter. I moved to the shelter. I had serious police cases, called in the cops several times, you know. But the good thing is you can survive. It's your choice. And I know faith-based, I'm also a pastor, by the way. So the greatest problem was, what will the church say? I'm a pastor. So some of us are here like that. We have excuses. For how long are we going to keep excusing the man? Oh, he loves me. That's why he's so protective. I said that too. Oh, he loves his family so much. That's why he's doing this. But the day you determine to break the silence, that's the day you begin to walk in victory. And so tell your daughters, tell your sisters about this. Be empowered. Be empowered. Let every woman find something to do. I run a business, by the way, now. I moved from $0 in a year to $0 in a month to over 100,000 in a month in less than 2 years. And so if I did not leave for life, I would have been stranded. So you get to a point that you're going to say, I have to make something out of my life. I have a voice. So what will be your voice today? Your voice is for your children, for your daughters. Your voice is for your sisters. Your voice is for your friends. And so break the silence. And please don't be that woman that would say, maybe you didn't dress well. Maybe you did not cook well. Maybe you did not give him good sex. Please don't. Because you're still enabling the abuser. So don't do it. Let's raise more awareness. Let's speak out. Let's talk. You know, I remember when I was dying, I was really dying. My blood pressure was really bad. I've had 2 children, 27 weeks. And I remember that he was saying, my child should not be taken. And my mother said, my mom was with me and she said, you know what, you are struggling for the life of your child. I'm struggling for the life of mine. If mine is alive, she would have more children. Thank God for mothers. And that's why she stood for me. You stand for yours. You stand for yours. And I don't know if anybody has any questions. So I went into the line of being a psychotherapist because of this. And I wrote a book called Naked and Not Ashamed, Finding Hope in Trials. And I think over the years, the book has been so much of a tremendous blessing. And women have been empowered. Women have broken the silence. And the church, the church has sent many to their graves. Because we say, go back. Just submit. Just do this. Just obey. I don't know if all of us are as Christians, but I believe there's a scripture that says that as unto the Lord. Submit as unto the Lord, meaning that whatever is not in line with God. So we all need to rise up. Empower the women around you. Anything you can do, empower the women. And please, a lot of us, I think Africans are changing now. We raise our daughters. Be a good wife. Be a good cook. Sit properly. Talk properly. Boys are out there playing soccer. Boom! And the girls are there. So please, I think there has to be a shift in paradigm in terms of what are our responsibilities. A lot of women are still suffering. There was a story that came out a couple of weeks ago. Tell me when it's time. If you want to talk, please tell me. Can go on and on. And I think this guy, the wife died. They had not even buried the wife. That woman will be buried in August. And this guy already went to platforms looking for somebody else to marry. And so the story came out that it was actually the one that killed him, because when they did autopsy, there were breakages in the skulls. The woman has not been buried. This person's already moved on. Let's think about us. Think about yourself. Think about the lives that are depending on you if you die. Your parents, those that truly love you and will miss you. All right? So let's have these things at the back of our minds today. And please raise awareness. Talk to women around. Talk to ladies around. Talk to your daughters as well. Empower our girls. Empower our women. God bless you. Any question?
I would love to take maybe only 3 questions. My pardon. Okay.
All right. Do I come forward or I'm okay here? Okay. I have realized that most of the time we talk about women. Women is about us. But we leave something very important out. We groom our daughters to be very powerful women, and they go out to marry men who are unprepared. So there is no balance. The world empower our women, and we go back to marry men who end up destroying them. There is no balance. So I would want to use this platform. Women, mothers, sisters, take time to groom your sons. Take time to talk to your sons. Be intentional to groom men to be responsible and to respect women and to know that a man can never be successful without a woman. And it is our duty. This should be a call, a global call across. So if you support me, please, let this be a voice. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's why I said we take children to the kitchen, the daughters to the kitchen, and the boys are out there playing soccer. They're out there just doing their thing. You know, raise the boys, raise the boy child to be compassionate, to be kind, to have hearts, to show mercy. Teach them how to train, how to treat women. Treat them. Don't just leave the boys alone, please. You know, I did an internship in the prison system as well. And there were so many boys, men, you know, they were not trained. And some of them would say, I didn't know better. I saw my father do this. And my mom didn't say anything. Thank you. So a lot of them grew up in homes that are so deficient, so to say. And that's, honestly, that's all they know. Until we start rebuilding the boys. Learn, unlearn, to relearn. Break the culture. I think a lot of things are changing now. Dynamics are changing. Cultures are changing. Because culture isn't static. Culture is dynamic. And we got to move as the culture is changing. We also have to move. We're not in the season anymore that women should be dying. It shouldn't even be heard of anymore at this point. At this point. Go ahead, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be in-house this evening. And Bola, I feel you. And I thank God for how far He's brought you. I'm a survivor, and I know you know. We became adults at age 10. And that made me decide on a few things. Incidentally, first girl, firstborn. Her sister married my brother, who is number 3. And that's why we know. But I took a few decisions that in my life, if I ever finally decide to marry, I will not marry a man who is threatened. And I will not marry a man who is a threat. He's not threatened, and he cannot be a threat. And I made up my mind. I'll get to the peak of my career. And I became a professor. Incidentally, thank you. I teach at the College of Medicine of the University of Lagos. And because of the experiences, I passionately decided to look at hormones in women. Because sometimes a lot of this permissiveness has a lot more to do the way we are wired than the way the men finally met us. Incidentally also, I also specialized in cancers. And I found out that most of the women who come from breast cancer, cervical, whatever the cancer is, they stay too long to come to the clinic because the man is not even looking at them. And so, there are losses that I cannot even put my hand on. Unfortunately, my mother preceded my father, but I'm glad he stayed. He was alive when we made it. And for me, that took a little bit of the bitterness. But the totality of my life is that I have now stayed in a place where I am able to be a cohort advisor to younger people, including boys, because I realized what you said. That, sometimes you're asking the girls, why are you not married? And they say, Ma, take a look around you. There is no man that will match me. And so, I will reiterate it again. Please, mothers. You know, sometimes those boys come after you have waited. Mine came 8 years. And so, you would think I will pamper him. It's a lie. It's the first one I sent out of the country. You know, go and learn somewhere. Go and work and go and be a man. I don't want a replication of my father around me anymore. But like I said, it's a long journey for us. but we need to own our own. But yeah, thank God for Professor, but please just make sure you do something. Yeah. 2 things my father did to my mother. He made her less, under. She did not achieve her purpose.
Lack of self-esteem.
And I saw it.
Self-confidence.
He removed all the support systems.
Yes, that's what they do.
For 18 years, my father didn't allow my mother to speak with her brothers. And they are men of stature.
That's what they do.
And it took 15-year-old me to begin to make amends amongst 60-year-old men. And I remember the day I decided this must die. We started speaking 12 noon. We stopped talking 6 a.m. the next day. Until one of them was reasonable enough to say, you know what? Why are we here? This is our blood. Father, mother, same. And she has suffered, and my mother had suffered. And they said, we're not talking again. They apologized sincerely. But for me, that was the day I saw my father change. He realized the support structure he had removed is back in place. So please, sometimes it's also we women that remove those support structures. We love our uncles, our brothers. We are always thinking about the women as the evil ones. Please, let's stand with our own. It doesn't matter what the issue is. At least try and listen to the 2 sides and ask yourself, if this happens to you, would you want your support structure removed? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ma. Yeah, we have to be very aware, honestly. Thank you. The support systems, they take the support systems away very fast so that you are alone. There's no one to help you. So that when you are dying, you are just there. You die, you die fast. So those are, go ahead, please.
Thanks again for your story. I am moved. I'm also a survivor, but I don't want to make it my story. Like I shared, I'm an advocate for children with disabilities. So I'm fully aware, we all know, or probably if we don't know, I'd like to bring into attention that most people, as long as women face gender-based violence, but the major and most of the people with disability. I would like to appreciate that next time when we come here, when we want to talk about gender-based violence, it's a very nice topic. It attaches everyone. Each one of us will find either we are victims, but it has gone through us, or probably it's our mom, our sisters, our neighbors. No one can say they have never been victims of gender-based violence. I will appreciate if we find a person who is able to interpret, because this is a very good topic. We talk about speaking, but how will the people with disabilities speak? Back in my country, you will find even if they go report in the police station, there's no one who is able to interpret for persons with disability. From Kenya. Yeah, I have worked with, I'm a counseling psychologist by profession. I ventured into supporting children so much, with children with disability, because I saw most of them do not have a voice. No one is there to speak for them, right? Yeah, so I will appreciate if next time we can find an interpreter here who is able to interpret for those who cannot speak, and also to interpret for those who cannot basically hear. Yeah,
Okay,
thank you.
Perfect, noted. Thank you so much. They said one more question. Mini, mini, money, more. Catch the fish and lay it.
Hello. Sorry,
Thank you very much. Oh.
Yes. So
can
are you okay? Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you very much. I hope, ladies, you can hear me. I'm so glad to be here, and this is a very important topic. My concern here is about the girl child, more especially, and people living with disability, because I work with them a lot. Talking about the GBF, recently something happened at Nigerian National Assembly that is the topic today. I remember we made we wrote a letter because one of our own, a lady in the National Assembly, Senate, in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, had an issue, which I look at it as a gender-based violence. Because she raised a voice. She challenged certain things that was done wrongly. And suddenly, we got to hear more things. There was a sexual violence that came after then. And in the National Assembly of Nigeria, we have about 109, thereabout, members, but we have only 4 women, which is unacceptable. And in that 4 women, that only woman they were trying to silence, which we said is unacceptable. I'm an activist. I look small though, but you will be surprised what I can do. We tried to fight this. We have been fighting it. We wrote a letter to the Senate President. I was at the forefront of that letter. I remember they called me and they interviewed me in one of the medias. That, Fati, what do you mean? Are you trying to support this lady for what she has done? Just because they said they are changing her seat? She challenged it and said, no, you cannot change my seat. There's a procedure. When you need to change the seat of someone, you have to let her know or let him know that you're changing. Some might take it in good faith, while some will not, which she did not, because she knows her onions. She's a lawyer. She knows her right, and she's very outspoken. She spoke out, and it became a problem. And unfortunately, women, there were so many women that did not support her. Even in the National Assembly, they kicked against her. They said all manner of things against her. It's some of us outsiders that we are trying to fight it in our own little way. We might not have a platform to fight it out, but then the voice, we try to go on the social media to make a voice for her. What am I trying to say in this case? Women, we should try and be a voice. Even when other women or other girl child, the one I am going to talk about, the girl child, I come from northern part of Nigeria, which there's girl child abuse. You find out little girls, because they don't know anything, they are coming from a home, they are not sensitized, they are not educated. They send them out there to go and sell groundnuts, little things, and they rape them. They take them to the corner and rape them. And these innocent kids have nobody to talk to. They are silent. It bothers them. Nobody to talk to. I'm a Nigerian. Yes. Yeah, let me just finish. Yeah, okay, fine. So because we have been working with the little girls, I bring them, I sit them down, I talk to them in Hausa. I'm Hausa Fulani. And I talk to them in Hausa, I educate them, but they are even scared. So I went further to talk with their parents, their mothers. I run a grassroots NGO, which I sit down with the women. I tell them it's your responsibility to educate them. Lastly, people with disability, I mean, just like she mentioned it, people with disability have been raped because I work with people with disability, but they have nobody to lean back on. So I think we should look at all this, yes, and speak out. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So disability and children rape. Yeah, thank you for that.
So
the last person, please.
Yes, I am going to be very brief. I want to briefly touch on the issues that we had mentioned earlier concerning gender-based violence. I realize that most of the maybe to call it wickedness or whatever it is that is perpetuated on women, is spearheaded by other women. So if we are talking about gender-based violence, we cannot afford to just point fingers at the men. You see the way that African women are treated when they lose their husbands. You see the way that they are treated even during domestic violence situations.
Yeah.
It is other women who tell them to shut up or to go back or
Very
to go
true.
to the war room, to go and hang
Yeah,
in there or
go
to
and pray. You
for
didn't
the,
pray
to
enough,
pray
yeah.
for the guy. So it
have
is
not
important
prayed
that
enough.
we speak up and let each other know that for us to talk about gender-based violence, we also need to point hands at ourselves. We are doing the same thing. Sorry, my name is Wanne. I'm sorry about that. So we need to be intentional about what we are saying and pointing fingers at others. We are equally responsible. And the day that we realize the power, the strength that we have as women, we will do a lot of wonders.
Thank you, Wani. And on the final note, is there someone else? No. On the final note, please don't tell any woman to watch War Room. It's wickedness. I will tell you that for sure. It is wickedness. Step in, help the woman. They can do War Room when they are outside of the fight room. So please don't. Let them seek for help them to get out, give them safety plans, assist them in any way that you can, but please don't send them back to the abuser. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know what? The greatest enemy of a woman is a woman. We are allowed to be manipulated to step on another woman. So much as we are talking about the other gender, but my gender is also another gender that needs to be corrected. Thank you so much. Women, we need to rise up, and voice up. Don't just sit on a problem. Later on, it will be a bomb that will kill all of us. Let us support one another. I hope Mildred has something to say.
Yeah, just to finish this session, I want us to promise each other that we are going to work with the young girls, mentor at least 10 young girls. And as you're mentoring them also, let them come with their brothers so that they can be there together. Don't make it one person's show. Let us be intentional that in WA we are going to mentor young girls together with their brothers. If you successfully do 5, that would be 10 people. And then now we'll spread the gospel. So as we finish, I don't want us to leave it as this, like there's no accountability. I want us next time we are meeting in another conference, there is something we can tell. We worked with these people and this has happened. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mildred. Let us wrap up this session. I see my doctor wants to speak.
No, you wrap it up and then I'll say a final word.
Okay, all right. She says I should wrap up. So please, ladies, before we go, make sure you have your food pack. They have prepared food for us. And tomorrow, we are not meeting here. We are meeting at Civic Center from 8:30. 8 a.m. 8 on dot, please. It's not an African time. Let it be an English time. 8 o'clock. Today, you know what? The talk was so important. And we have a lot of questions to ask our presenters, but we had to cut it short because we started late. We came late. So please, tomorrow be on time, 8 o'clock. And as you are going out, there is food for you. Over to you, madam. Thank you.
No, I think you summed up everything. Yeah. So thank you very much, everybody. I'm just here to literally say thank you. That's all I've been asked to. Okay.
We need to go out table by table by row so it's not crowded when we're giving them the packs outside. The food packs.
So they should stay here?
No. As they're going out, but we'll just start from the front rows. As they're going, we give them out. The hotel won't let us bring it in.
Okay. Yeah, I just got a very important note from Chingwe. So as you go out, they want to control traffic. So please allow the first rows to go out, the row that follows just like that. I know that we are used to scramble for Africa, But for today, just once, let us... So for just today, let us try not to scramble by the door so that we can manage the traffic. So thank you so much for coming. Please note, tomorrow we are not here. We are at the Civic Center. And Tricia made a note, it's a plea. Please let us stick to the time so that we can be able to finish on time. Hopefully the technology will also be a little bit more friendly and kind to us tomorrow. I'm really, really impressed with your contribution today, your excitement. The smiles are still there and it's almost a late night. People are still smiling. That just shows you, Madam Lamide, Mildred, that we are doing a fantabulous job. So we really appreciate the work that we are doing. So please bring that energy tomorrow, multiply it, bring your cousins, bring your friends, bring everybody. At least now you got a taste of what we are trying to achieve here. So please do that tomorrow. I told you that my greatest weakness is that if you give me a mic, I get excited and I talk forever. So I will just allow everybody to, get out. So please, as you get out, make sure that you just follow, the rules as Chingwe has asked you to do that. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Let's do one thing. I think we started with God. Let us end with God. Yeah, so who would wants to pray for us? Oh, yeah. My girl, my favorite person. She made... We had a lunch here in February. And she made a beautiful garment for me. So today she came and she said, I want you to be naked because I want to dress you. So you go ahead and pray for us.
First of all, let us appreciate God for this wonderful opportunity that made me and you to know each other from different countries. I can call myself a Nubia, somebody from Kenya. I'm privileged to be in 5 or 6 African countries. So, and I could see some of them physically. Let's wave our hand and thank God. Father, we are very grateful. Thank you for bringing us together. Thank you for the journey mercies. Let's appreciate God for our he, for she, Victor. Please clap your hand for him. That brought us together, and our able president. We are very grateful unto God for bringing you to this world. Thank you for this wonderful world. May the Lord continue to renew your strength in Jesus' name. And also, I want you to touch your neighbor. I said, my neighbor, I thank God for you. If your neighbor is not laughing, face another person. And I want you to say this, that I'm proud to be a woman. Messages. We are very grateful, oh God. Father, we pray that all that we have listened to, Lord, shall be profitable in our lives. In the name of Jesus. We appreciate you for the team. Thank you for putting this idea into their hearts to bring something like this. Thank you because of new ideas, new words, and new lessons, new learning that we are giving unto us. Lord, we say be exalted in Jesus' name. As we are going, go with us. As we are going to sleep, reveal yourself unto us in the name of Jesus. Tomorrow shall be more powerful. We pray for those that are coming tomorrow, this evening, that they shall lack their privilege, and your name shall be glorified. For in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.